we've seen with this team. I definitely do like a lot of the names on this team. I think there's a lot of star power. We even mentioned someone like Nilo, who looks really impressive on this roster as well. So I think there is a heap of star power on this team. When Chiquinho, you maybe look at and say he's one of the weaker players in terms of what we've seen from him, it's pretty mind-blowing to say.
Yeah, I was just going to point that out. You know, they're kind of lowest rated player is Chiquinho. And yeah, as you said before, he's played on some big teams. He's had some big performances. So yeah, I think Metizport, as a roster, I think the recent changes, I think you've got to say they're good changes. Sapek and Plopsky, really good players to kind of pick up, and I think this Metizport roster could go a long distance. And I think these games here, where it is the newer form roster, it is kind of early doors when it comes to maps played. As he said, Sapek, he's only played 8 maps with this team. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this team can go and kind of what these initial games will be showing. But yeah, I think the Metizport roster's looking strong. On the flip side though, for Permitta, I feel like they've made some, I don't want to say recent changes, but it's the same kind of scenario. It's within the last couple months. It's Tomoko coming in. It's Spavak as well being brought into the roster, and they've played a lot of maps. When you look at this Permitta side, they've kind of both joined within the same time frame. Yeah, it's 58 maps and 29. So yeah, I think it's interesting to see how much more Permitta have played when it comes to events on HLTV. But who are you going to be pointing out here on this roster?
Yeah, I actually think I'm going to point out Masked, maybe not for the reasons everyone's thinking of, but more for, I think as soon as we've seen Spavak join the team, we've seen Mask freed up a lot more, and he can create a lot of space for his team now in comparison to sort of, you look at a couple of months ago where he's quite a timid AWPer, quite passive, now sort of being more freed up in terms of the rifle roll, and I do think it's a very good change for Permitta. I think they've definitely shown a bit of a higher ceiling since then. And I think obviously with players like Tomoko around, this team definitely feels like they have found themselves in a pretty comfortable spot to progress as a unit.
Yeah, I think when it comes to Spavak, I feel like the introduction, it's just kind of one of those situations where you're bringing someone in and maybe they haven't kind of fulfilled everything they've come to do yet. It's something that we could kind of extrapolate to in yesterday's games with Zeden. It's just a player that, okay, yeah, there's big moments and there's kind of aspects, but it's nothing solid yet. And I think that's something that can only really go in Permitta's favour. They've brought a new player in, you know, roles have been changed, and as an individual, they've done okay, but we know so much more can be done. Yet still Permitta are getting victories. They're still kind of in this 2-on-1 scenario, yet they're still not fully formed. They're still not kind of fully settled as a roster. So I think for both teams, we've seen changes. For both teams, we've got experience and we've got kind of big players. And I think something that could be a real difference maker is going to be the Vetos. And I think that is where we're going to be heading. And it's an interesting Veto because Permitta, they don't really have an insta-ban. I know that they don't really like to play all too much. Well, I believe they don't play all too much. I was going to say Inferno and Dust 2, but they've in fact banned Nuke, which is Metasport's interban. I don't know whether I'm not too sure if the graphics are right or if they both just banned each other's interban maps. Who knows? Who knows, Charlie? But yeah, I'm interested to see where this Veto goes.
There we go.
There we go.
Would have been very interesting. Maybe just doing one another a favour. I'll ban your insta-ban, you ban mine. I'll pick your best map, you pick my best map. Either way, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what these maps are going to look like. I definitely think this game has all the possibilities for a 3-mapper, but it definitely has some avenues where teams can take it 2-0. Ancient is being the map that is first picked.
Yeah, I think the problem here for Permitta is they kind of been steered down to one map. I think, you know, they haven't picked it yet, and I hope they do, because if they pick a map like Vertigo, like Ancient, like Anubis, they are the 3 strongest maps for Metizport instead of Inferno. So I'm happy they picked Mirage. Mirage was the kind of the go-to Metizport of their recent form, 25% win rate. But Charlie, something you pointed out kind of in the break and a little bit yesterday when we were doing our prep. Well, actually, why don't you tell the viewers at home about kind of the asterisk next to Metizport's 25% win rate?
Yeah, I mean, Metizport actually have played a decent bit of Mirage recently after the player break. It's a map that has ended up being a part of a lot of their games here at Series 6. And it's a bit of an interesting one in terms of they don't pick it, but they have played it quite a bit. It's been picked against them a lot. Probably a lot of teams are viewing it maybe as a bit of a weakness. But each of those games have been extremely close. I mean, you look at Series 6 alone, 16-19 lost to Endpoint, 16-14 lost to BC Game. You don't get much closer than this. Both games go into overtime. Even before that, we had some very, very close games. So there is a bit of a question mark in terms of what are we actually going to expect from Metasport's Mirage? Is it actually as bad as potentially it looks on paper? I don't actually think so. I think they have been working on it a bit in the play break, and I think it is clear to see by some extremely close results. It feels like they do just need that one sort of spark that can help them cross the line, whether that's a few more players stepping up when required, a few more clutches, whatever it is, it feels like they're very close to unlocking this map as not so much of a punishing map for them to play.
Yeah, and I kind of was when we were talking about kind of the projected Vetos, I guess you can say, what the maps we might be expecting to see. I thought Mirage only going to go the way of Permitta because it's I think at the time it was like 25 maps played or it might have been 24, but crazy win rate. Metizport is so poor, it's not their ban. For me, this is always going to be a 3-mapper, but it is the fact that Ancient's clearly a strong point for Metizport, and Mirage, so many close losses. And, there's a couple 13-11s, 13-10s in there as well, and across 8 maps, okay, yeah, they've lost 6 of them, but the majority have been kind of 2 rounds in it. So, yeah, I'm excited for this game. I think it's, the fact that it might not go 3 maps is pretty astounding, especially with the way that Permitta have been playing. But in the flip side, Permitta, we can talk about individuals. Permitta could be the ones to take it 2-0, and that's the kind of the brilliant thing here. I think that's also kind of what we can kind of see when we've got teams where there are those new introductions, where there are kind of some unknowns of where these players can really show, because I feel like Spavak still has more to prove, and hopefully today it can be that proving point. Hopefully today we can see kind of a lights out performance from him. But Charlie, question I'm going to be asking you now, I'd love to hear a prediction. I can see the smirk on your face. You hate to answer it, but I'm putting you to it.
Not a fan. Yeah, certainly not a fan of answering these ones. I am actually going to go for Metizport. It's a difficult one to predict in terms of what we've seen from both these teams in the past, because you look at sort of the stats from Permitta, and they are always very daunting. A team like Permitta, a team like Zero Tenacity, any teams along the lines of that who have played a ridiculous amount of maps this year. Because you just look at the sort of maps in comparison to any opponent pretty much, and just the huge figures next to the amount of maps played do feel very scary to pick any map into them. But they are beatable. Both these teams are very similar in world rankings. I think there's 2 places in between them, 72nd and 74th. Metizport with that slight advantage. But I do actually think with the new additions of Metizport, I actually really do like the roster now. I think they've had some very close games, even on the maps that they have lost. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing. I mean, you look earlier into Series 6, they lose the BC game. The 2 maps that they go down, they lose 16-14. Yeah, it doesn't really get much closer than that. They've had some extremely close games. They've had some very good victories. I will give them the slight edge. I think maybe it is a bit of teething periods, as like we said, they haven't played too many maps as a 5 yet. It's, only a matter of series for a number of these, the new additions, and I do think that's going to be a bit of a difference maker.
Yeah, I think for Sapek, he's only his first 3 series will have been in the CCT. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I feel like Sapek still, though, he's a player that I want to say he proved quite a lot on the Eyeballers roster. And I think when we kind of heard the news that Sapek was parting ways, I was quite perplexed by it, because I think Sapek was always an interesting player. It was kind of the I guess you could say the second to JW in that roster. So yeah, I'm quite interested by that. I think Sapek maybe got a lot to prove. Just wants to see other options, I guess. But yeah, I think Sapek and Plopsky, I think they definitely are 2 strong individuals, and I think when you compare them to the 2 for Permitta, Sapek, Plopsky versus Tomoko and Spavak, I think everyone knows that the Metizport signings, they're brilliant. They really are, and not to take away, I feel like Tomoko's had some really, really good results as an individual as well, and hopefully he can prove me wrong. Hopefully those two additions were the right choices. But look, I think what we will do is jump to a short break. It seems as though there's some server issues going on, but we will be right back into the action shortly. Into the action we go on map number 1. Metizport is their map selection. Remember, Charlie, this is for promotion. This is for the playoffs, and it's a big game for both sides. You gave your prediction of Metizport, and you know what? I'll join you in the previous one. I'll no.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say Permitta. I think the reps are a big factor, and I think as well, it's the fact that it's this many reps, and it's also this many reps with a month player break. But back and forth initially, Spamak big kill onto Plopsky, but Sapek, oh, Nilo finds 2, and now Mast 1 versus 3 with Julies.
Young gun already bringing the heat in the form of Nilo. Very double, and Mask makes a position known and doesn't get a kill for that information either.
Bomb's still not down.
Range is so rough to try to wield. Feels like sometimes you can get a clean one tap, sometimes nowhere near.
Yeah,
Metizport, they take the pistol. Bit of back and forth there early doors, but Nilo's brilliant double towards Donut does stabilise that one for the Swedes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous when you look at some of the players on this Metizport roster. I think when it comes to individual ability, it's really good, and I think they also have kind of great pieces when it comes to, you know, the strategies, how they play. I think it's really nice to see, and when you've got players, especially Plopsky, who've got kind of Plopsky, Chiquinho, who've got experience at the higher level, you know, it can only be a beneficiary. This is the force here, though, and Spavak going to be the one to take this contact initially. MP9 in hand. Surely be traded. Ooh, the 5-7. Nilo will settle. Bomb has been dropped, but also been retrieved. And we've got 2 1v1s going on. Beanox, oh, I love this aggression. He's going to look for this pick, and once he spots that Nilo's not here, can in fact upgrade. He's picked himself up a Galil.
Nilo will just about get around the corner. Anubis hasn't actually taken too much space, but they have rejoined one another.
The awareness of Master is key. Knowing that they're probably going to be looking to make their way into Red Room, and yeah, I think Beanox, he's got a lot of work to do here, but I think if he can just get round, might spot them, and that's information gathered, but they're going to speed things up now. The contact taken from Masters maybe messed this round up, but Mast goes down to Adam B, and now it's a 1 versus 2 for Beanox. Eventually showed his hand, but Nilo, what a shot there. Bit of a whiff from Beanox, but brilliant stuff.
I think that's probably one of the most brutal rounds for Beanox to ever play. I imagine he probably just saw those players cross towards Red Room, relayed that information, but didn't have enough time to take a shot. Or at least he had a very good idea of it. So difficult.
I think as well, Beanox is just hoping that Mars can delay, but you know, when you look at the round and Beanox will look back at it, if he just goes up to Cave, I think he wins that one. Ooh, nice nade from Nilo. Chiquinho gonna find Mari, and this round's looking a lot more comforting for Metizport fans at home. Just the eco and...
Obviously, Fred, we do have to consider that last round. It was a brilliant setup as well for Permitta. It was a great call for that stack, for that setup, for that play. And normally we see rounds like that really unravel for the teams when there's just so many angles, so many players swinging one after another from different positions. But Metizport did actually a pretty good job to recover.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well we saw a little bit of a back and forth. The 5-7 was given maybe a bit too much time after getting that first kill. But yeah, I think when you look at it, Beanox is going to be devastated. He's going to be watching that back in the demos and just questioning if Nilo was just a second slower at any moment he gets found. But sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles.
Fine margins of CS.
Yeah, definitely. Nilo's already started things off.
Ooh.
As he kind of usually does, 7-0.
Liking this. It looked like it's just a bit of a contact up towards B.
Where does that flash go?
I think it's one for ramp, potentially. I think they're already above it. Adam B kicks things off, finding Tobico. Mars falls as well. Adam B with a brilliant couple of entries. Triples it. Flashbangs, brilliant from Chiquinho. And Spavac left towards Red Room after seeing his B site get dismantled, and Nilo's here on the lurk just to punish.
Charlie, something I've got to point out is Permitta, they've got the reps and the win rate's not too bad. It's a 42%, 26 maps played. They're joint most maps played with Mirage, but so far, Metizport looking very good. And just that, not only was it the right call to go towards B and kind of the decision-making being brilliant, but it was also the entries. Adam B just able to find so many. Back to back to back. Nice shot from Spavac. Adam was the hero of the round, hoping to spot an over-peaking Spavac, but doesn't happen.
Very costly there for Metizport, actually, just to take down one rifle.
The thing is, I think it's worth.
It
because if 2 players survived, it would have been a full force. And they've got money to work with. It's just whether they can isolate Spavac, but it is going to be the full investment. Beanox has brought out an M4, masked, a lot of utility alongside the MP9, a late investment for Tomiko. There's still money in the reserve. Oh, I like the idea of the run boost. Beanox is going to be so quick here with the smoke being thrown. Still finds one through it. Fast from Adam B. Mac 10. Tomiko tasked with finding, but Shadow spotted and Adam eliminated. 3 players already fast towards cave, but the Molotov going to make things difficult. Ooh. And Mars found. Oh.
Just about. Adam B's not going to be expecting Spavac to have pushed through the smoke. 3-on-3 here. Spavac's actually looking very sharp with the orb early doors.
Yeah, Nilo currently towards ramp, but Jaquinho falls as well, and Nilo might have to hurry things along. Mari finds. Not only is it a great round for Permitta, they deny Metizport securing 5, but it's also an incredible confidence booster for Spavac. In the last round where he had the orb, not really much impact. Hit a nice flip on the aggressors towards Donut, but yeah, that was a really nice round. Perfectly played retake as well from Permitta.
Yes, Spavac's actually been, I mean, he's been a very interesting sort of case study to look at on this Permitta roster slightly. He's been super inconsistent. Yeah. He's either sort of just gone missing on games or he's lit up the server. There's not much of an in-between, really. He really can just single-handedly carry this Permitta through a map in a series.
No messing about here, though, for Metizport. No Mac 10s when AK should be played. We've got the AWP of Jaquinho as well. Got util in hand lined up for this mid-take. And speaking of utility, vast majority of it has already been used for Permitta. Mari now playing quite close here. I don't know if Jaquinho's flash will blind. Adam B ready to pounce. And will find Beanox, and he's so prepared for Mast as well. The question is...
Oh, Plopsky.
Yeah, he just needs to turn.
Plopsky didn't even consider it being a possibility. Masked. Left himself exposed the whole time. I'm liking this from Mask, though. It's going to be a 1v1. Jaquinho's alone with the bomb and the AWP.
Yeah, this is going to be really tough. But Jaquinho knows he's playing so slow. He's already scoped. Oh, Mari gets one. Nilo, though. Young start. Will be able to find the pick. Adam gets the trade. Mars will find Jaquinho now, and that's the bomb. Adam B, he's had an incredible start. He's 10-1. He's going to hope to make it 12, though, and Mars tucked in the corner. Oh, Adam is so prepared. He's so ready. Spavac's found. That's the AWP fallen, and Mars needs to find the pick, and he does. 18 points of health, but still successful. Adam B, an incredible attempt, but sadly, not enough.
Great showing, but yeah, like you said, just falls slightly too flat. Just needed to connect the final bullet and he takes it down, but Masked, first 3 kills of the game, all came in that round. Single-handedly won it, found Plopsky for free, took an aggressive stance. Felt like a bit of an oversight from Metizport leaving Jaquinho there. I don't know why he even had the bomb. It just felt very risky considering no one else was really set up to hit towards B.
Yeah, it's the fact as well that it wasn't like Mars had no contact. He had a kill. He had a kill and they had no control, but just goes to show that Permitta, they're playing with confidence. It's the type of play that can be very risky, and speaking of confidence, they're confident in their decision-making of 3 towards B, but the opening kill secured by Jaquinho. Smoke coming down towards ramp. Bit of a reposition.
Other player with armor, which is a bit of an issue. Jaquinho definitely got to swapped over this AK to pretty much anyone else on his team. Just 27 points of health. I mean, we know he can find use with it still. You gotta be waiting on the smoke. Look how passively CTs are playing here towards the B side.
Yeah, the one good thing is Jaquinho can just kind of look to be that entry. It means you've got an AK on an entry, you hit that instant headshot, you get the kill. If you don't, at least there's a second in Adam B. But in fact, Jaquinho just holding for any ramp aggressions. And the timing here for Metizport is perfect. Masked just going to be dancing between the two angles. And just as he goes out to the right, that's when Plopski's going to emerge, Glock in hand, masked. They need to be aware that he's here. Adam B going to be fighting, but going to be found. And that's the AK with armor falling. An attempt to retrieve it. Sapek successful. Flashbang over the top. A lot of damage dealt. And Jaquinho, 27 points of health, still able to find a pick. Still, though, the man advantage goes the way of Permitta and Nilo. Tucked away, but the Deeg shot connecting. Utility raining down onto default. And the AK comes through from Sapek. Mari now tasked with besting the clutch. And Mari, a couple shots been sent, but Sapek needs to get himself out of the smoke. It's just a stick. Oh, Sapek can't deny. He will find the pick, but the round's still found by Permitta.
Yeah, Sapek wanted to push through instantly, but he got tagged once. And it sort of weed him back off a bit there. Question, maybe this isn't the right play. So Permitta definitely have brought things back from the 4-0 start that Metizport had. These rounds have been extremely close, down to 1v1s. But Permitta, they're standing tall when it matters most.
Well, Charlie, that was just kind of the hero AKs. It wasn't a full investment. Utility wasn't perfect. And the fact it gets brought down to a 1v1, I think Metizport, they won't be disheartened by that. It's unfortunate they couldn't take it, but the fact it got so close is always going to be a positive sign. Adam B. Oh, found by Tomiko. A player who's been a little quiet so far. It is going to be this A play, and Charlie, look at the minimap. No one is here. They could look to take some control towards Donut. And I love the smoke that they've thrown in Donut. It's for the right-hand side. It allows them to take it. Plopski's double. Nice entries.
Plopski just finding 3 kills so calmly. Great triple there, showing his experience. Remaining 2 players will have to retreat, so despite getting the opening kill, Permitta blown away in this one from Plopski's triple.
And the read for Metizport was brilliant. We saw the aggression towards B ramp from Permitta. We see them taking control of middle, and Metizport already primed to find the A-bomb site.
Final 2 players look like they will be allowed to be keeping their weapons for Permitta. No cash in the reserve, so the force buy might actually be quiet. They're not going to have a lot of cash left.
It's the 2.4k loss bonus, though, in this one, so...
Oh, yeah, of course. I thought it would have gone all the way down due to that string of rounds, but... Oh, yeah, they can just take the hit, but they will opt to force.
I think they realise that Metizport's finances aren't perfect either. Looking a lot better, though. Even a loss in this one, we're going to be seeing 3 AKs, maybe even an AWP on Jaquinho at the cost of utility. This is a, not a massive risk, but it's a tough decision to make.
Interestingly, Fred, Metizport significantly favour the CT side. 64%
yeah, that's the,
to 35.2 on the T side in terms of win rate. Right now, they're showing a pretty solid performance on the T side. Just got to keep things up if they want to win their own map pick, because Permitta certainly will punish if they smell any fear or any opportunity.
Yeah, Sapek, he would have heard this kind of the drop down. Gonna be lining up here, either for a mid take or to go towards A. Had a minute of play and no fight been taken, but that's going to change as it does seem Adam contact. He's wanting it here towards B. Adam Surely to go down though, such an off angle being played by Mari. Beanox spamming through the smoke, but it's Spavac. 5-7 at close range. We know what this weapon can do, but Spavac sadly unable to connect. And Beanox, fast rotation, back at the bomb site. Will find the first, but the damage dealt and the trade is big. Nilla though, got down to 21 points
very
of health.
fast behind A main.
Sapek is ready though. Ooh, not ready enough. Knife kill. Just waiting for his teammates to get closer.
Round's gonna rely so heavily on Plopsky.
Yeah, no smoke though. Seeing as Mari's the only one with a kit, this could be a little bit tough. They send the flashbang out. We've got 2 flashes here on the T side. Oh, they find an opener! Pushing through this though, I like it from Tomoko. He needs to take down Plopsky. It's still the tap of the bomb, and Mast eliminates. They do have enough time though. Only just.
Yeah, Nilo backed away a little bit there. I think he needed a swing out for Plopsky to get the trade and attempt to see if he could have done something, because as soon as Plopsky goes down, the chance of that round being won from Metizport decreases so heavily.
Well, we see that the flash been thrown. I would have loved to see the nade as well. Because we saw the push come through from Tomoko. The nade not only would have dealt a lot of damage, but slowed him down, possibly blinding as well, as might not have been able to get in front of that flash. But yeah, it's tough. I think you mentioned it though. It's the fact that Moss was just so fast in the backlines, and we see Sapek clear it, but just not prepared for Moss to be already deep towards the left-hand side.
A lot of fighting. Looks like he could be coming through from the CTs. The spam's good from Adam B. Not good enough to finish off Masked just yet. 2 players, early doors. Basically 1 bullet from their demise on Permitta.
Yeah, 57 points of health combined on both Mast and Beanox. And although Sapek's taken a little bit of chip damage, he's got more than both of them still remaining in the HP department. Smoke towards Red Room is going to make things tough, because these low HP players, they're both currently here towards B, and one of them's got to rotate. One of them's got to try and help out these two A players. I like how Metizport are playing though. Playing quite slow in these kind of mid-round portions, ensuring that
I
they
like
don't
this.
overextend.
This is a big risk from Masked. He knows how low he is. He thinks if he can find 1 more, this will be worth it. Anubis has to consider Masked will actually back away.
Ooh, I like the push here from Spavac. Beanox is going to peek, and Jaquinho posted up. Simple shot for Jaquinho, nothing special. Tomoko now. Next to fire. Master swing. Oh, it's tough, but Tomoko again. Big pick, and finally Jaquinho will get his second of the round. These final 2 players both going to be in the back lines.
They should be where CT's clear due to Nilo's position. So you can instantly see Jaquinho is holding the ramp push.
Yeah, Spavac's not going to be ready for this. Surely not. Still finds though. So much utility remaining on Spavac. Sadly for him, no smoke. Just holding for the cross. And Nilo, this is the type of angle he's quite happy to play. See him find Mari. And Nilo as well. Doubles. Metizport, they get themselves their 6th. And we've been speaking about the finances for the CTs being so tough. And with it just being the 1 loss bonus now, I wonder what
you're in a tricky situation, because there's only 2 rounds left of the half. See, and this is why we're calling it pause, because you either force and force twice in a row, or you just eco and get as good a buyout as you can in the last.
I think the eco is the right decision. I think realistically they won't really be able to kind of. Well, they won't be able to put up much of a fight. It'll be kind of Deagles, maybe an MP9 or Beanox at best. At least if they full eco, we could see some rifles in play. Obviously, the money's not perfect for Metizport, though. Sapek yet to invest, and a loss in this round could give Permitta 6, and that's what they've gone for. They've gone for it all, which you understand. I think they realise that Permitta's CT side is probably their strong suit, and the fact they've already found 6, they want to deny them getting 7, but in doing so, could give 8.
Metizport have to consider this as a possibility. They've called a tactical pause for a reason. They're going to take an early fight. Spavac be hearing these steps on both sides. A lot of damage dealt to Adam B, but no kill secured.
Util coming over the top. The smoke thrown there by the CTs just to delay, but Sapek will strike. Mari finds one to try and delay, but Nilo is so ready. Mask spotted and found. Brilliant from Nilo there.
Good job from Mask to clear it, but up against the AK, you don't have much of a chance. Second player is here in the form of Mari, but eventually someone will consider it.
Ooh, Sapek. Minimal bullets, and he finds him jumping.
I mean, it's still yet to be planted, but just Mari being all that remained, potentially looking for a kill and to back away.
Yeah, definitely. Keeping the Kevlar alive is going to be big, and could find Sapek. He's got an AK. He's 18 HP, but Sapek looks as though he's just going to be saving towards middle. Maybe send him out first, Nilo trade, just in case anyone's waiting.
Ooh, there's a lot of people leaving this bomb site.
Yeah, the thing is, Mari's never really going to know.
I was worrying how much people just opted to leave. Only the MAC-10 able to be saved from Mari, but I suppose he can drop that 5-7 over so someone else can bring out a bit more util. As obviously we've mentioned, the money's going to be very poor.
Yeah, I was going to
commit to lose this one.
The MAC-10, they're going to struggle to get out MP9s. I think the MAC-10 pickup's brilliant. Mari can drop that across, drop the 5-7 as well, and get a FAMAS. I think this is... Obviously, an AK would have been preferred, but look, it's pretty good.
That feels like a bit of a reach, but it's something. It's something. It's a buyout. We've seen teams win with far worse.
Let's see if Permitta can, though. They opted for the Force. We mentioned the risks that come with it, and Metizport are going to attempt to get themselves their 8th, and I think an 8 here on the T side, on the weaker side for them would be absolutely perfect. The flash is good, and the second one's better. Beanox blinded for what felt like eternity to him. And now this MAC-10 aggressing Adam will get taken down, but Tomoko's so low.
Plopsky's not actually healthy. That would have been a bad fight for Tomoko to take, to try to see if they could punish, and I think he just realised it now, but Plopsky, only with a matter of bullets in the mag, still finds the kill. Mari, the saving player in the last round, finds himself in another 1 versus 4, but no point in saving here.
He will get the first, but with that information, I like it from Plopsky. He's low HP, just send him out. Mari, he upgrades to the AK, but Nilo, I don't think many would want to face, and that's why. 1 bullet, all that's needed. Nilo ends the half with 17 kills, just as he does.
Yeah, I mean, Adam B and Nilo have been outstanding. They really want to win Ancient, and their performance right now is certainly helping out. And an 8-4 scoreline, not too bad considering, like I mentioned, we've already seen Metasport's T-side win percentage on this map in the last 3 months. 35% now, so it's gone up slightly.
Yeah.
But yeah, still, I mean, 35%. It's gone up by not even 0.1%.
Yeah,
it's very lacking, but finding 8 is key.
It's the fact that they've got nearly double the win rate on their CT side. Didn't realise that Metizport could end this game with 24 rounds, because that's what it's projected to finish like.
Be an overtime victory then. Who knows? Early pressure made. An early presence shown. The smoke dropped. A lot of CTs linger here towards B. The Bomb and Mari are making their way towards the side of the map as well.
So I would have loved to see Permitta freeze and just leave Beanox there, because eventually one of the CTs would progress into cave, but they're going down ramp, and Sapek, not in the best of scenarios, and plenty of kills found, but Nilo will strike, get its 18th, but Jaquinho all that remains, and Beanox finds him flying. Oh, that is a tough one. That's a head scratcher for Jaquinho.
Going down, and there is a pause, potentially a bit of a tactical one here.
I think it's a good pistol. It's a necessary pistol as well. Otherwise, Metizport could have very heavily ran away with things here.
And the issue quickly solved, and round number 14 going to be underway pretty soon.
Yeah, just the eco here from Metizport. Main game plan is damage. Permitta, their goal to not only maximise the money made with the Mac, but also just to keep as many players alive. I feel like we've seen a fair few ecos recently in the last couple games, last couple series, where they haven't got close, but a lot of kills have been found. Whether this one can be as such is the question, and it's an A gamble. The bomb's towards B. The minimap proposes very few kills.
Yeah, looking like a little bit more of a default now. It would just be basically whoever's confident enough to take a bit of a push towards B and find out that site is free for the taking. That's as soon as we'll find out where this round goes.
Still quite timid here for Permitta, but sending the flashbang into cave. Beanox not spotted anyone yet. Problem is, yes, he's cleared the initial positions in cave, but technically there could be 3 people just ready and waiting. Tomoko now tasked with progressing through, but they will realise no one's on B. It's just an A stack. They will have heard the Mac 10s being fired, and this is where the CTs... I'd love to see just like a full stack in Donut or a full stack in Temple. Maybe go towards Red Room, and that is where they're heading. And yeah, just make sure that Mac 10 doesn't get too many kills. Just bunch together. And it is these 2 Mac 10s that are going to be making their way close. There is 5 CTs ready and waiting. Let's see what the Mac 10s can get. Spot out the first. Oh, and there we have it. Great response, but Plopsky a little bit far forward. A little bit further forward, and the reload on the Mac 10 gets found. 2 kills secured. Jaquinho, all that remains. Flying Mac 10 attempting. Oh, Spavac. At least survived here. No, he goes down.
Oh.
3 kills. I think Metizport will be happy with that one. It's the fact as well that it's Galils that are being brought across. If Mari wants full utility, can't really drop over an AK. We'll invest in one, but the money's been quite heavily drained. 3 casualties. Not really what Permitta wanted in the slightest. Lerno's got himself his 20th kill. Pretty ridiculous.
And still only 2 rounds separates these teams. Got both the top and second top performer on their team. Just a slightly ahead.
Metizport, they've used a fair bit of utility. It is going to be this play out towards A. Now Jaquinho, the steps are going to be heard. He's going to be blinded. Attempting to back away, but unsuccessful. And with the smokes down, this is where things become tough. They won't realise it. It is in fact a 4-on-4 on the bomb site currently, as there's a player very much out of the action here. It is Beanox. Will be making his way through B, but the CT's quite rightfully looking for the save.
Plopsky's second look towards CT still doesn't spot Beanox.
They are so aware of him, though. Surely Beanox gets one at least. Oh, they all line up. Oh, it couldn't have gone worse. It really couldn't have. All just in that same trajectory. That is devastating. That is so unfortunate there for Metizport. The timing, it literally couldn't get any better.
Yeah, I mean, great spot, break control, perfect time on the peak. And Permitta just 1 round behind now. Should be able to find this one. We're gonna have a leveled up game.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think Metizport, an incredible T side they've had, but their next rifle round's going to be a big decider. because it will allow Permitta, obviously, to find the lead. Nice molly there into Cave. Denying Plopsy's aggression, and with a 5-7 in hand, you can understand probably Wizard game plan, but Sapek has taken so much damage already. Dropped down to 7 HP. Very slow here.
Ready from Metizport. Yeah, Permitta really do like to take their time on the T side.
Ooh, one's been spotted. I was about to say, if Metizport are fully silent, then they might have a chance. But the fact that shot's been made, yeah, the bomb's going to make its way back. That's all it took. One Deeg shot. Potentially changing the minds of the Permitta players.
To clear out space now. Nice smoke isolating off the CCTs from Red Room.
Just going to allow Mars to get so deep. You can cut off all these rotations. And Permitta slowly clearing everything out towards A. Not wanting to leave any gap for a Metizport player to be waiting. No risks being taken here from Permitta, and quite rightly. Players like Nilo and Sapek going to want to keep themselves alive, so don't have to reinvest in Kevlar.
Big start to come through now. Beanox spots players out. Jorginho first to fall, and I think the other CTs might not be too interested in taking that fight.
Plopsky and Nilo very close here, and Mari will get the quick shot. Gets dinked as well. Big find from Tomiko, and Plopsky attempting. Could find the M4 and will be able to do so. There's an aggressor coming his way, but he drops the smoke, and pushing through this will be a bit of a risk. With Plopsy scaving, we'll give a decent weapon from in the next if they do lose. It could be a hero M4, could maybe be a hero AWP dropped across.
Weapons back in play now though for Permitta. There's going to be Nilo defending mid passively.
Ooh, great nade onto Beanox. Adam B. Oh, timing on this HE is going to be key. They have crossed in front. Oh, Adam B gets 2, finds 3. Reminiscent of the reverse triple that he got, entering and destroying players on the B-bomb site. Now whilst defending. Plopsky will fall though. Beanox, it's a big kill to find, but still, 2-man disadvantage.
I mean, Mask has got a good time in. I'm so surprised no one's had a look towards here just yet. Adam B is now, and he's got Mask who has his back turned towards him.
Adam on for the ace here. He will be the one. Oh, I thought he'd be the one to take that contact, but Sapek in the back lines will spot. Will find. 4 survivors here for Metizport.
Very close game right now. Money is going to be good enough for Permitta to get a buyout. We have to have a bit of a fight. Your point, spam back is going to be nice. Jorginho not really having the best of times, but I suppose you can say similar things with Plopsky and Sapek. It very much has been Nilo and Adam B showing off what they can do.
Yeah, most definitely. The fact they've got 2 players nearly above 20 kills within the first 18 rounds is pretty impressive. Spavak going to be going for a bit of a peek here towards B while boosted with the AWP in hand. Plopsky deciding against pushing, and certainly the right decision, but speaking of players pushing, Sapek already very fast here, and oh, lovely shot onto Mari, and that sparks Masked. He's got to look back. He cannot have a flank coming through, especially with it being the bomb. Important opener here for Metizport.
Nillo chipped away at. Chiquinho's holding the line. Mark. Shift peek into Chiquinho. Easy find. Bomb getting picked up now from Spavac, but with 50 seconds on the clock, B feels like the only real area that they can go, and even then, the bomb site looks locked down. Should be a save.
Yeah, save's a good call as well. The fact that Mars has a little bit in the reserve, it's not great, but gives them a chance in the next, I guess. But Metizport, first team to find double digits, and the fact that Permitta were looking pretty convincing on their T side, just coming off the back of the pistol and winning the first full buy. Thought there was a big chance for a Permitta comeback, and not to say it's not possible, they're only 2 rounds behind now, but with the weaker buy impending, or maybe an eco around these 2 saved weapons,
Permitta's finances are a little bit difficult to manage.
Counter-terrorists win.
Metizport though, another round victory, double digits hit, just 3 rounds away from taking their map pick. It's been back and forth, there's been some very close moments here, and I think it tees up for an excellent final 2 maps, regardless of who takes this one.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well, we kind of touched upon it. Both teams fairly well versed on the first 2 maps, and Anubis, although it's a map that we've seen a lot of success when it comes to the numbers for Metizport, percentages, it's still a map that Permitta have played so much on, and that's what leaves the excitement for this series, really. Nillo, though, playing anti-flashlight, gap in the smoke, and he can work well with it.
first nade coming through, Amari attempting, but Sapek finding. And this was the investment, Charlie, and I say was because Tomiko and Spavac have been chipped away at, and Plopsky baits out the shot and will find Spavac. Beanox going to be taken down by Adam B, and it's a double. It's back-to-back rounds with 5 survivors, and Metizport, this is more like it. This is the showing we expected.
Yeah, excellent. Truly excellent showing. 2 rounds required. You mentioned it's the full investment. And we're seeing it again. Permitta going to be forced until the end if they lose this one.
Tough scenario to be in, but it's kind of a no-win situation. You either opt for the eco and you give your opponents 12, or you go for the force and just kind of hit and hope, really. And it seems as though B will be where they're hoping to go. A lot of util sent over the top. Metizport doing a good job just to disengage, and Adam B just going to be spamming. A lot of damage dealt to Plopsky here. I'd like to see a boost. Could be a creative way to work, but the flash comes through and Plopsky finds. Oh, Plopsky takes down Mari, and the push through the smoke from Tomiko's dealt with well. And Spavac, Beanox, the 2 top performers here. They've got to go huge. Spavac gets 2, but all on Beanox now. 1 versus 3. No utility.
Over the tap of the bomb. Doesn't matter. Nillo's taking 9. Finds the head of Beanox. And Metizport find 12. Bomb plant's at least going to give Permitta a little bit more to fight with, but still going to be very difficult. 24 and 9 Nillo is.
Yeah, it's crazy to see how kind of well Nillo plays, but it's also a fact that not only does Nillo put up these performances, I feel like you see it every time Metizport play. I feel like it's a rarity to see Nillo not atop the scoreboard. When you look at their most 2 recent games in the CCT, it's Nillo going 64 to 61 in a loss to BC game, and then 35 to 24 against Sampi. I feel like Nillo consistently top of the leaderboard, but Mars, great double here, takes down previously mentioned Nillo. Adam B's heard their steps away and gets the timing onto Beanox. And Jaquinho with a lot of work to do. Masked. Needs to keep himself alive. Jaquinho, great read, great awareness. Shots have hit as well. He connects the second. Tomiko searching. Will eventually find, but it's brought down to this 2-on-2. And Adam B in the backlines will find Tomiko. A devastating.
Spavac, is he going to be aware of that Plopsky? I think he has actually spotted him. I think there was an angle he could have seen him from. Adam B's reposition, though. This smoke phased around 1.
Spavac going towards Donut. Adam B. Gonna push through, but Spavac finds a great clutch for Spavac. All to be saved. It's a nice attempt from Jaquinho to kind of keep things working. But it begs the question, Charlie. It's a 2 versus 1. Plopsky doesn't actually need to go through that. Doesn't really need to peek. And if he wants to go through that smoke, maybe play a bit closer to the boxes. Because Spavac, yeah, he just spots a shoulder. But that's all that's needed. 3 more rounds for Permitta to take it to overtime and to keep Ancient a question.
Util landing, still a good buy for Metizport. Do still have everything they could require to win this one. Still have cash in a reserve as well. Better to do it sooner rather than later.
Most certainly. I think Permitta, if they can get themselves to 11, which would be a massive confidence booster. And it seems as though the T's are going to make their way back towards B. Oh, second guessing it. Third guessing it. What are they doing?
Yeah, 1 minute on the clock. They've got to decide now.
Damage has been taken as well. If it was a player lagging or anything like that, it's not as though that we could get a restart. But yeah, they just seem... That was a good 10-15 seconds.
They just masterfully trying to get a read of what does he think Permitta are trying to do in a round like this. Ball's very good from Metizport though.
Getting low to make his way through. He's got a molly primed. Yeah, we're going to take some control here towards Cave. I'd love to see maybe a boost for Spavac. Get him.
He still has a smoke. This is massive. We might actually need to see Permitta head towards A.
Yeah, Jaquinho posted up with the AWP. Tomoko going to send the flash. It's a great flashbang. Jaquinho fully blinded. And Jaquinho found great awareness, but they're trying to find the players crossing, trying to find them in rotation, but there's 10 seconds on the clock, Charlie. Tap of the bomb from Beanox. They need to deal with Sapek. The bomb plant, vital here. Enough time to get it down, but it's still a 2 versus 4. He emerges through the smoke, but Sapek finds. And Sapek, what a round he's had, not only to delay, but also to find a pick. And Metizport successful here on Ancient. Even with Permitta, kind of with the reposition, the redecision to head their way back towards A, I have to say it, Charlie. Those 10 seconds would have been a difference maker. It really was. We saw how quick and how kind of speedy that Permitta needed to be in that round, and potentially decisions could have been a little bit more clearer, less frantic there if they didn't waste so much time deciding, oh, should we go out mid and then come up that way, or should we go back to B main? And I think sometimes we talk about it all the time, right, Charlie? It's not always about making the right decision. It's about when you make that decision. It's about kind of having the synergy in the team. You can spend 15, 20 seconds analysing and, okay, yeah, going towards B might be the right call. There could be one defender there, but you're giving time for players to rotate. All it takes is just synergy amongst the team. The second we see any contact, okay, we're going towards B. That's the game plan. And it just gives them so much more time and alleviates that pressure. But a great first map for Metizport. It has to be said that T-side was very impressive. In fact, the CT side was where they kind of lacked. But it leads for an exciting finish to the series, doesn't it, Charlie?
Yeah, it really does. I mean, the most important thing there for that final round actually was the util that Metizport kept. I mean, that was the difference maker. Plopsky dropping the molly and then dropping the smoke. There's 3 players waiting outside Cave to push it. They can't. They lose that round if they do that. They have to go towards A. The util that we saw Metizport keep and the discipline they showed by not throwing it really was the difference. And it forced them there, it forced them into that awkward position, and eventually went on to take the game. A lot of positives from both sides on map number 1. Definitely these were very interesting. Mirage coming out next. We've already had a few points from Metasport's Mirage in terms of statistically. Maybe it's a little bit misleading, at least as of late. But, I mean, it's always going to be a tough task to beat Permitta on this map. They look very strong in it. They showed a lot of positives. So third maps could be a possibility unless Metizport can cause a bit of an upset.
Yeah, obviously, Metizport, they're going to be hoping to close this out quickly. They're going to want to take this in a 2-0 fashion because we've touched upon Anubis. Although it's a strong point for Metizport, the amount of reps that we see from Permitta, I think if this does go the distance, if Permitta take Mirage, I think they will come through to Anubis with confidence. So Metizport, it's going to be a tough one, but it's going to be a tough one for both teams, isn't it, Charlie? And that's the kind of the brilliance of these kind of upper games. The ability of both these teams is incredible, and I'm so excited to see where this series goes, whether it does go to that kind of third mapper, but that's something that we'll find out in map number 2, Mirage, going to be coming up very shortly after the break.
Are you sick of just opening cases? Join the events. At each event, you can find special cases from which tokens fall. Tokens are your ticket into a world of unique awards. For tokens, you can buy a skin, premium, or special balance. Try your luck in the skin generator. Also, you can leave your tokens at the token vault, and the more tokens you keep, the better skin you'll get. Add variety to opening cases with Hellcase.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try SkinPlace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. SkinPlace.
What's a super stream game? It's an extension that provides a valuable and engaging game within the stream you are watching. Join an active community and test your knowledge in a live race against expert chasers by answering trivia, prediction, and recall questions tailored to the content you are watching.
Big task for both teams here. As we mentioned before though, Charlie, it's not the end of the world if a loss comes through. There's still another chance for qualification. I think the way that Metizport played their T-side of Ancient was very impressive, especially with it being kind of a weaker showing for them, you know, not the greatest of win rates on their T-side Ancient. It was their CT side that kind of shocked a little bit. Right at the start, they lose the pistol, they lose the first gun round, there's some shaky moments. Obviously, they still take the map, but it wasn't really as we expected, was it? And now they're going to be heading to a map that, okay, yes, there's an asterisk next to their win rate, but it's one in which Permitta are pretty convincing on. You know, they've won against some big teams, and I think their kind of trajectory on Mirage is strong. They play a lot of the map, and yeah, I think it's a good selection for Permitta on paper, but we know how good these Metizport players are, right? Adam B and Nilo. What a performance on Ancient. If we see something similar, then I don't think it matters. You can have the best win rate in the world. You know, Adam B and Nilo looked unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, they really did look special, and that's also taking into account that Plopsky and Sapek didn't particularly play great either. Surely they had a couple of big moments between them, but statistically, they didn't really show us that much in that game. So that is at least a big thing to consider, that these guys weren't having the best moments, and there's still a chance, obviously, Metizport can go on and take Mirage. It is going to be tough. I think that has to be the first thing we say. It's going to be very difficult for them to take it. Seen them play a couple of times here in Series 6, and they have lost both times, but in really close fashion.
Yeah, I think Mirage is always one of those maps, and we talk about it, it's one of the CS classics, and when you have players that have got experience at the top level and probably been playing Mirage, then you're going to expect that a player like Plopsky is going to have, you know, a great knowledge of Mirage, so that's going to be very, very helpful. Seems as though we are going to be heading into the action though, Mirage underway, pistol round being played as we speak. But yeah, it's not as though it's a map like Anubis, where they might not have played it so much at the kind of the tip-top level, so this is where Permitta, if they can get past this first hurdle, I'd be interested to see what happens on Anubis, but a lot of if, buts and maybes, as Permitta could end things here in that 2-0 fashion.
Metizport early. Nade in the hand of Plopsky. Molly on Sapek.
Sapek just jump spotting once he gets that information. Then the nade's going to come through. They will dodge the nade, and the Molly going to slow them down, but if the nade was timed just kind of a second later, so much damage would have been dealt. But Nilo, the one to watch, you could say, the player that provided so much brilliance throughout Ancient, going to be rotating in towards short. Nilo already chipped away very heavily, but oh, Plopsy goes overlooked, and he gets two. Eventually going to be trading out. Beanox will find one as well, doubles down, and now Jaquinho with a lot of work to do from short, struggling to connect the bullets, eventually does. Adam B going to be rotating in from kitchen. Jaquinho spotted. Jaquinho trying to isolate these players, but he's got all the information. Although the initial shots from Jaquinho weren't great, they know exactly where Spavak resides and tucked away towards bench, trying to isolate these fights, and is successful. Doubles down. Permitta successful in the pistol round.
Spavak, another big clutch. We saw him over 1v2 on Ancient. Massive moment for him and Permitta. I can't believe that crumbled so heavily though for Metizport. They had all the players there. They had the first 2 kills, but just couldn't find anything after that.
Yeah, Spavak has had some big clutches. That's his second 1v2 of the series.
A good start for Permitta on their map pick. To back away from middle here. Favour of a bit of a B stack.
Yeah, Mars going to be creeping back towards underpass with the knowledge that apartments could be heavily contested by Metizport. It looks as though they're going to be going into the stack though, and quite heavily through apartments. If Metizport don't face here, this could be incredible. If they don't show anything, this is currently a 5v4 on the bomb site, and I'm guessing, although limited utility, the smokes are going to be thrown. Something is going to be thrown. There's going to be some sort of delay, but Permitta's pretty frozen right now. 2 towards apartments, 2 holding under. Beanox is making his way out towards A, and we are going to see a back away from Permitta. They made the right call. Unfortunate for Metizport. If we didn't have this lurk from Beanox, I think we all know the round would be looking very different.
Yeah, it's just so simple now to sort of, if you've got no information, just send one player out. Have him scout around a little bit and confirm that the other side of the map is clear. The bomb will go down in the final 10 seconds. Very cautious Permitta, even on these anti-ecos.
I think they realise how important this round is. They know that Metizport are a strong team. They don't really want to give anything away, so can't discredit them for their caution, as it's given them the round. It's kept as many players alive, and ooh, kills coming through from the T's. You say that, Sapek and B both finding a pick, and Sapek now 5 HP, but he will be able to save this Khalil.
He gets away significantly all the way towards the U-bend, and himself a Galil for his troubles and a kill.
Yeah, rifle save's big.
Obviously would love it to be a B in the AK, but it's always going to be nice to build those finances up. You'd see Jaquinho have enough for an AWP.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, it just means, though, that Sapek, sorry, let's say Metizport win this round and they have a casualty, Sapek will be able to drop over an AWP. Obviously, that, I think he needs to survive, but yeah, I think the fact he's got 1.7k in the bank, the Galil, is a strong weapon.
Asked, looking for something towards mid. He is alone, isolated for now.
Jaquinho's gained some information, gonna drop the smoke, and it's quite fast here, but Plopsky finds one as well. Sapek takes down Tomoko. Sapek doubles down. Spavak finally puts something on the board here for Permitta, but first weapon reinvestment for Metizport, and what a round it was.
Yeah, things are very good here. Spavak only able to find one, so 4 survivors for Metizport. Gonna be exactly what they need in terms of building some cash.
Sadly to say, though, Charlie, it's Sapek, the only player that falls. If he survived, that would have been an AWP easily for Jaquinho.
Yeah, obviously, it's difficult to put a lot of weight into Metizport's Mirage in terms of what we have seen from it.
Always
but
tough to know.
In terms of the last month alone, or even we can go the last 3 months if we wanted, and T-side is very poor.
Yeah.
40% in comparison to a 54.5% win rate on their CT. So CT is definitely going to be where they get the majority of their rounds. Mask getting picked in the molly, but quite slow to react, so Nilo will fall.
Ooh, great find though from the low HP Spavac. But Adam B rotating in. That was the investment, Charlie.
Yeah.
And now Metizport, once again, they're keeping a fair few players alive. 3 in this one. Finances can be on the rise, and with the knowledge against an eco, I'd love to see a player drop down to a weaker weapon. Maybe Jaquinho to bring out an MP9. That's exactly what's going to happen. He knows that Adam B can drop him an AWP in the next, so Jaquinho might just look to take a bit of an aggressive position. And the molly coming down at Master's force forward
as well, so
yeah,
really quickly. The rest of the team can get this information. Jaquinho only able to find one with the MP9. The rest of the team cleans up comfortably.
Hello. Nearly 10k on Adam B. And that's the lead taken by Metizport. And Charlie, we looked at the stats on Ancient as well. It was like, what, 35% win rate for Metizport's T side? They got 8 rounds.
Yeah.
I think this is just goes to show that, okay, yeah, we can look at stats, but didn't seem to matter on Ancient.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to take it with a grain of salt. Especially coming off of the play break as well. Masked very fast towards mid here. Plenty of space, taking a bit of a fight onto Nilo as well. Both players surviving. Just the one bullet hitting Nilo.
Well, Charlie, you touched upon it. It's the fact that we've seen this kind of transition from Mask going from AWP in-game leading to rifling, and he's had some big moments with rifles in the games that we've seen, but also it's the fact he can create this space, and we've seen the attempt of it there. There was a real chance he could have got that pick, but a little bit hesitant. Problem is, Adam is so isolated here. That's one. We'll find him. Doesn't matter if he's isolated.
He's been taken here from Tomoko. Nilo is going to get timing on. Has been spotted, has been found. Mars going to be giving up his life to Sapek. A lot of players just going down isolated. There's zero trade possibility for any of these kills so far.
Yeah, quite a heavy kind of B lean here from the CTs, and it looks as though Permitta are going to make their way back towards B. Mari's clearing out. We've got a deep position as well.
Jaquinho's baiting these steps. The Sapek, maybe trying to see if he can find anything. Tomoko is going to come behind him. All going to be on timing.
Yeah, if Sapek moves, he's going to go down to Mari. Bomb's gone down now. And this is where Sapek needs to realise Mari's probably quite close behind. But Sapek's somewhat trapped. Jaquinho is just shifting through. Sapek realises, okay, I've got to pounce now. I've got to show something. But Tomoko's still in the flanks. And Mari gets one. Tomoko now strikes. And it's all on Plopsky. 1 versus 3 gone 1v2. Molly to come out. Just going to be the AWP save. Oh, Mari's going to be hunting though. And Plopsky now on the AWP. We'll find him. A great mid-round call there. A great decision. Obviously from Permitta.
Yeah, just such a big risk there for Permitta, but it does work out. Tomoko's deep position, I believe Mari's actually deep positioning to get deep behind Tomoko as well, in fact, towards jungle.
It was the fact that not only was the A defense bolstered up by 1, but it seemed as though there was just Nilo as well towards window, towards jungle area, and I think for Metizport, they were just so heavily pressuring towards B, but it wasn't as though they were fighting from short. It wasn't as though they kind of wanted to boost a player kind of into apps and then leave, because yes, Sapek was deep, but there were still 2 players towards B.
Just seemed that both Adam and Nello were a little bit isolated.
Bit of a TeamSpeak issue right now. On the side of Permitta, so hopefully, yeah, we'll get sorted quickly, but a leveled up game here on Mirage. Still, obviously, we mentioned the finances, how strong they were, looking for Metizport, so no issue, even despite losing that one.
Yeah, for Permitta. Money pretty much drained. Got 2,050 in the reserve across all 5. And 4 players on Metizport have more than that individually. So, even after losing, Metizport looking stronger, it just comes off the fact that their previous round successes have all been pretty convincing. Something that is nice to see, though, Charlie, is Plopsky. He's having a better performance to what we saw in that first game. Not to say that Plopsky didn't have good moments, and I feel like one of the most notable moments was that final round. There was, what, 30 seconds left, and he still got a molly in the smoke, and that kind of decision-making and the understanding, that comes with that experience.
You still out towards mid. Mari's very close towards chair position already. You know what we're going to be posted up this time for Chiquinho? He's got that in apartments here.
Yeah, but Chiquinho's really deep. And that's why we can see Sapek looking to get a little bit more aggressive. Ooh, top con smoke. Nillo can still just sit close here. And in fact, this might work out very well for Metizport. Chiquinho can find Mast. Will be able to do so. And now they look to go short. Ooh, Plopsky's been spotted, but Mari's the one to fall. And Plopsky, oh, we've seen that Beanox is here towards Palace.
Chiquinho,
very much aware.
He's switching between the angles. He's going to be on timing. Chiquinho, with that kill going, Chiquinho's backing away. It's going to be an open bomb site. Timing is not good at all for Chiquinho. You'll hear the plant of the bomb, though, at least.
It's a 1 versus 3 for Spavac. He's got utility, granted, but Plopsky's quite far away from this.
It's good information that Chiquinho's got, at least, confirming that he's got to be towards the right side of sight. He can't have crossed yet.
Time ticking, though. The bomb's halfway ticked, and no one's yet to come out. Oh, this is all going to be on timing. Spavac could have peeked window. That would have been perfectly timed. Spavac still close here. We'll find one, but the trade surely to come through. How has Spavac got both those kills? No trade. Searching for the third, but just delaying. And the time goes his way. Spavac 1 versus 3. He's won the 1v2 earlier on the pistol, and now he's done one better. How has that been allowed? How is that even possible? You understand them waiting for Plopsky, but if he goes towards short, we're looking at a very different round.
I can't fathom how that round is lost. They have so much information. He is towards this side of sight, but I don't even know how the kill didn't come through after Chiquinho died. Sure, Plopsky was low. Spavac had his back turned on sight. Where was the swing? Where was the kill?
Yeah, it is poor. And it's not even blamed on spacing.
Yeah, really abysmal from Metizport. This is a close game and they lose, that's why. That'll be a big reason to it. You can't lose a 1v2 and a 1v3 to Spavac. It's just a matter of rounds. Should
Investment
never go the way of Permitta there. Really, really abysmal stuff from Metizport.
It's also a great clutch from Spavac,
Yeah,
though.
excellent, obviously. He's shown he's a very clutch player throughout his time actually on Permitta. I think it's his 3rd clutch in this series alone.
Yeah, and they're not been 1v1s. Oh, Nillo strikes. Okay. Metizport. They, I guess you could say they're right the wrongs of the last round, but yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Spavac winning that clutch. Nillo getting 3, though, is incredible in middle. And he seemed pretty isolated.
You've got to try to win this cleanly here, Metizport. Because obviously losing those last couple of rounds, money's drained away pretty quickly. Plopsky is getting aggressive, is being held by the AWP of Spavac. Timing is good though. Plopsky continues. Spavac no longer holding his angle.
Yeah, I think right now Metizport, they've got deep positions, they've got a nice setup, but what I really like is the fact that Nillo, he's kind of playing off the bomb site, just playing towards
think just the save is all that it's gonna be here. They've taken their time.
Yeah, Spavak can drop a Galil over, I guess.
Yeah, good chance we do actually end up seeing the force bite. Not too sure what the loss bonus is looking like, but I imagine there is no loss bonus.
Counter-terrorists win.
Forward to 4 though. And we are seeing the investment come through.
As expected. You know, Spavak got the AWP, got a fair bit of utility.
Enoch's very deep towards apartments early. Just try to catch something off. And Molly is going to hold him at bay, but Spavak as well very deep early.
Gonna get a freebie onto Jaquinho. Not really sure what he was actually looking at. Jaquinho looked towards short and then had a quick switch back before looking to short again. His teammate was in ramp, so I'm not sure what he was trying to hold. So far, Forceby is looking very good. Marsky just playing with a Glock and armor. Bought util. Trusting his team. Trusting that he can just retrieve a dropped weapon.
Yeah, they've got a nice setup here towards B. I think Plopsky... Oh, the boost. This could be problematic.
Just
I
a
don't think
silent
Permitta are gonna
boost
be ready
up.
for
Yeah,
it, yeah.
Beanock's not gonna have heard any of that.
Not at all. And it does seem like that's where the bomb is going, so... It's just whether Plopsky can sell enough of a fake, if he can kind of just be enough of a nuisance. Timing for Adam is brilliant, though. He finds Mars, he brings it back to that kind of 4-on-4, and now Mari trying to take this control. But Charlie, we've got too many players on lurks. We've got far too many players. Great molly, though. It will... I thought it would have forced Sapek back, but a bit confusing. It's now 1v2 for Plopsky. Kind of lost for words at what's to happen, but he knows that these players are split with minimal time here.
Plopsky will go down to Mari. Yeah, I thought the molly was for Sapek, and when I heard the tick in it, that's what I assumed. I think that's maybe what Permitta thought as well. But the molly tick, in fact, was Plopsky. But yeah, Permitta find their 5th. Kind of lost for... I'm a bit confused at what happened in that round, but...
Yeah, I think we need to see the boosted player play a bit more tucked. Of fully bait his team a bit, because it is really easy to clear that angle, but it's not easy to clear when someone's fully in that corner. You've got to be very exposed.
Well, the fact Plopsky could just be holding it, and then at least there can be that kind of quick trade and back away.
Just pistols here, though, Permitta. The force buy was very successful, and they can now start to extend their lead. Towards short, getting shut down single-handedly by Beanox. Nilo towards ladder room.
Yeah, Beanox has had quite a game so far. He's actually just tripled his kills. He's doubled his kills. He's over-doubled his kills, getting that 4th as well. But when you look at the kills, Charlie, when you compare them, pretty even. Kind of as even as it gets, and yeah, Permitta, 2 rounds ahead.
Just M4s, not loads of util from Metizport.
Something to mention actually, Charlie, Metizport have 35 kills in total, Permitta have 32.
It does just show similar sort of to what we saw actually on map number 1 though. Very close game, but significantly more kills for the Swedish side.
But it just shows that Permitta winning a fair few clutches and Metizport's rounds being very convincing, but Tomoko, a very convincing opener, takes down Adam B, and Mars now on this lurk. Nice find onto Jaquinho.
Gonna have to be a save. The round's already lost. No util to support Adam B initially when he's trying to push through those smokes. CT side certainly unraveling for Metizport. You mentioned it's their better side, and this is their better side. I do dread to see what their T side's gonna look like.
Yeah, I think this is
mistakes are being made.
Yeah, I think Metizport right now they're in a tough scenario. I think if the half ended,
7-5 in their favour, or even 6-6, I think that's where we can say, look, Metizport, they still showed strong showings on the T side of Ancient, and I'm sure it's not going to be kind of a massive problem for them. But yeah, I think the CT side is somewhat lacking. It has to be said.
Still, certainly is a chance for Metizport, but a round like this is going to need to be important. A pissed around victory as well. Gonna have to start just showing us a bit more because they've really crumbled these last few rounds. We've got to think 2 clutches as well that should never have been lost.
Yeah, we're looking at a very different game there. We really are, aren't we?
I mean, it's the 5 out of the last 6 rounds going the way of Permitta.
I don't know if you saw that, Charlie. We saw kind of a double AWP invested on the T side to look for that opening pick, but Mari's still got the secondary AWP all masked. Goes 1 for 1 there, and the fact it's an MP9 for an AK, I don't think Metizport are going to be too disappointed, but the fact that Nilo hasn't been able to secure said AK, that's what's going to make things tough. It's not as though he's upgraded. Mari is in a good position. If Plopsky goes pushing towards top mid, could be a little bit disastrous. And Permitta, once again, it has to be said, Charlie, the reads, the calling has been really good. Expecting that Nilo's just going to disengage here. And once they spot the AK, they'll realise, yeah, he just backed away, still got an MP9. Util's going to be coming down onto an open A bomb site. Plopsky and Nilo both have a fair bit of utility that could deny the plant. Oh, the taps. Oh, great from Sapek. Gives them that pick. Nade through the smoke. Mari now planting.
Still going to be a very difficult round. Especially with a fight like this coming through. Tomoko coming out on top. Ball down very low though. Spavak could find himself in another clutch if his teammate goes down.
This teammate will be falling. It is planted for Spavak. It's going to be the stick of the bomb. It's a 10-second stick hit. And once that 5-second mark goes, this is where, well, Spavak, he's going to have to peek, but Plopsky finds. And an important round for Metizport. A big difference. It could have been a 4-round deficit.
Yeah, brought back a little closer. Just 2 rounds in it. Metizport definitely still a little bit backs against the wall now, moving on to their weaker side. But pissed round victory. We can now finally get to see a little bit of what it is potentially that they've been practicing during the player break. And the thing that does maybe not give me as much confidence for their T side as potentially it should is we have seen them play this map in a couple of times in the last week, and it's a very similar story. Even before the player break, still averaging just about 40% winning percentage on their T side. We're very close losses though. Very fast towards B. It's a decent goal.
Getting the smoke as well. Gonna deny these rotations, but Mari, nice shots here on the kind of flying players. Jaquinho though at range with the Glock. Lovely double headshot there. And now Nilo and Jaquinho playing close. Tomoko going to be creeping close. And, oh, although getting dinked has been found. Jaquinho, he's spotted out too, but he's going to be swinging. Oh, he's been found by Mars. He's got so much information, though. Plopsky tucked away in the corner. Oh, struggles to find Mask initially. Beanox gets that trade, and now it's all on Sapek. Spavak with a smoke and a defuse kit as well. This is what makes things really tough. Drops into the site, knife in hand. He's not connecting, though. He has, in fact, got off the bomb. Oh, what is going on? Limited time. Oh, he's going to lose the knife fight, and the defuse comes through. What am I watching?
Knife fight in the smoke certainly isn't something I expected to see.
But Permitta, yeah, they find it. Once again, Charlie, it's Permitta. It's a round that, okay, yeah, it's a pistol round. Anything can happen, but it's deep positions. Yeah, we see players peeking. You know, we've got Nilo and we've got Jaquinho there. Obviously, Nilo, the first fight, you understand, he gets the dink, but in fact, he doesn't actually need to swing that. He swings into plenty, and then similar can be said for Jaquinho.
Yeah, I liked Plopski's position as well. Potentially needed to play a little bit more trigger discipline, because going 1-for-1 wasn't worth it there.
Yeah, I think discipline could have been absolutely incredible.
Just the eco again for Permitta. Soon to find 9.
Yeah, Spavak's got the AWP in hand as well already. Aided by Beanox's knife kill. Looks like we're going to have a bit of a run boost fight. Oh, well, it was something. Wasn't a run boost, but it was a run. Tomiko gets himself the triple. And with Plopski, all that remains, the AWP of Spavak will find. So, Permitta, they will get themselves their 9th.
Yeah, just 4 rounds away from taking Mirage. They've had some really brilliant showings on Mirage recently, Permitta. Had some very, very dominant games. Looked really sharp. Against some very strong opponents as well. Some very one-sided games against sort of top 40, 50 teams.
Yeah.
Sort of only allowing their opponents to get sort of 5 rounds or so. See what the outcome of this game will be if they're even able to win it.
Yeah, Metizport, they're taking control towards middle. It is going to be this play towards A. And Beanox in a really good position here. Swing towards top con, and Mari now realising it's a triple A setup. Oh, the molly will have been heard, and Adam B can push through at any moment. Oh, Tomiko spotted and he's been found. Mari with a big kill, but Nilo finds, and Nilo doubles down, takes down Mari as well. There's still Mask ready and waiting underneath.
Bomb has been planted.
Not denied the plant though.
I think he wants more if he's going for it.
Searching for something.
Spavak still towards short. The fact they're silent, they might think they're saving. They might have a look. They might give Spavak some. It's going to be a ninja.
He doesn't have a kit though. He doesn't have a kit.
The kit is brutal, yeah. I didn't realise.
I would have loved to see him push out though, like get close to triple, maybe spot the player towards top stairs, and then there's a chance. I think having the MP9 in hand was difficult, but look, if you're master, just get close to the guy that you're trying to be disciplined for, because he's not going to sit on top triple the whole round. He's not going to wait until the bomb's about to blow up. He's going to have some movement. And it's a tough one, but it's just... It's those tough rounds where if he had a rifle, I think Master's in an incredible scenario.
Nine to 6, Metizport. At least get something on the board on their T side early. Gonna need to see a lot more from them though.
Gonna be important for their potential comeback. Spamak currently here towards top con. AWP in hand, and once again it's quite a hefty A setup. The bomb outside towards TV room, still deep towards T-spawn really. Spavak sends a nade in the smoke, but spots nothing. There is another one to work with, but Adam B, we've seen what he's done with this smoke before, and with the shots being kind of set there towards middle, Adam's been quite heavily baited in, but it seems as though he's not taking his timing, Charlie. Mari's been spotted, and Plopski searching for him. The reposition of Plopski's good, but if he spotted, Mari certainly has now. Knowledge of Tomiko here. Plopski needs to be cautious when creeping up connector. The Tomiko will find. Repeat from Adam B's good. The trade, very good. And Beanox now 2 players towards CT, and Adam B peeking before the flash. Interesting decision making there. Yes, Mast now.
Oh, great fight from Mast. Jaquinho gets off the bomb, finds another. It's all on the light speed Beanox.
No, he's still here as well, and Jaquinho finds. We've seen a 1v3 from Spavak, and here's Jaquinho's.
Yeah, really denying Permitta. Probably running away with the game. Broken them financially. Metizport can look to even this game up. Maybe there's still more to be said on Mirage.
Most definitely, I think Metizport, a team that's got plenty more fight within. And Nilo, very much ready for this Palace aggression, and crosshair placement couldn't be better. Sapek going to be offered up as a sacrificial lamb towards the B-bomb site, but not going to fall, not without a fight. Interestingly, Metizport are making their way back towards B. Would have been a perfect call to make their way out on A. And Nilo be able to relay this. Sapek has got himself into a very difficult position. Surely going to go down to Mask. Oh, a knife kill! That will allow the AWP for Spavak in the next. Going to make their way down towards under. Twists and turns in this round regarding decision making, but a lovely shot from Adam B. Masked all that remains and gonna be found. That knife kill could be a real high impact kind of decision there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting
that can
to
be
see
involved.
how it affects something, what it does.
Well, look, Spavak, he's had a good game. He really has, and the AWP being an important point for it. Gotta go huge here, though. Spavak attempting to peek out towards middle. It has got an HE grenade to blow up the smoke, but delaying that decision for now. Looks as though it's just going to be this A play, just leaving Jaquinho towards middle. I don't mind it whatsoever. Rotation's going to come through and Spavak towards CT here. Mari is close to the action, but Spavak found. And Jaquinho, this lurk could be everything. Mari close towards stairs. Jaquinho finds him though, and just above the smoke is Beanox. Eliminated, and Tomoko troublesome in jungle, but confined too.
Won't expect Plopsky so close by though.
And now Masked provided the AWP for Spavak. The in-game leader, his chance to step up. And the weaponry won't be great for Permitta in the next, so Masked potentially deciding to try and get a little bit of a ninja or to get another kill to try and pick up the AWP, but it's well out of his reach.
We'll have to try to keep hold of this inform. Will be given a freebie from Adam.
Yeah, Mars knows where that AWP's dropped. He might be able to go back after the bomb goes off, but he's running very far away. So no AWP saved. And the money here for Metizport is still really good. Yeah, sadly this knife kill didn't mean much. It's unfortunate.
Nice to see a knife kill anyway.
Oh, we've seen a couple. Yeah, it was this kill from Nilo that made things a little tough, even with Tomoko's double. Hefty half, and Tomoko opted to be the hero in this one, but Tomoko and Mars, the two rifles, already have been pretty heavily chipped away at.
It's a solid A setup.
Oh, look at Mast. He's getting himself in the back lines. Spavak's going to be rotating across as well. It's just whether these pistols can work their magic. They're trapped in the bomb site, and Tomoko, knowing he needs to do something, Beanox close to the action. Will be able to find the first and the second. The M4 goes down, but Mari's 5-7's working magic now. Molly onto default, going to force the pistols out into the open, but Plopsky, 1 versus 3 gone 1v2, and we all know Mast ready and waiting behind the smoke, and he strikes. He denies Metizport finding 10. Permitta to achieve double digits first.
Really costly there. They knew it would have been weaker weapons. There was a good chance it could have been a bit of a gamble, a bit of a stack. And they got punished for it. Still, weapons in play.
Yeah, it's the flank from Mars was everything. He just takes the space, gets all the info. Mari getting aggressive, just spots Adam. Big trade from Jaquinho, though, on the AWP, and Jaquinho doubles down, takes away the AWP of Spavak. Eventually to be found himself, but Plopsky gets that trade onto Beanox. Advantage still found here for Metizport and Plopsky.
Taking space in the meantime. So is Sapek as well, though. This is the issue. It can be such a risk when you've got too many cooks in the kitchen. The bomb is just about to be found, but Master's gone down.
Oh, I don't actually know if Tomoko will spot the bomb. It's towards the left, it's towards the stairs.
Certainly will. Whether he does, the radar would have told him. He's going to be aware it's here. If we see Metizport go 1 by 1, Tomoko has a real chance to win this. They have to group, they have to get on this bomb, and they have to play it together.
He's got a smoke and a molly though. Yeah, no one seems to be too worried. There's 50 seconds remaining. Tomoko could be a vital round.
Looking for something first 1v1 here, no trade possibility. This is what I mentioned. 2 more players pushing in. Tomoko won't be able to make it work. Finally, you see them wait for each other. We've seen positions like this already from Permitta. You give them an inch, they will take a mile. They have taken a mile this game. And despite Metizport feeling like they lose every clutch offered to them, they're still in this. Jaquinho's 1v3, Fred, has helped them. Although the only clutch that's gone their way, and it's been some Jaquinho magic.
Oh, straight away, it seems like we might be seeing a force buy from Permitta. Obviously, they can refund, but Mari, he's got enough to drop an AWP, and it's just whether he's willing to kind of give up that rifle to be brought down to that SMG, because I think he will be wielding. And it's just so back and forth. This is exactly what we expected from this Mirage. And it begs the question, Charlie, if things do go to Anubis, will we see something so close? Because Permitta, Anubis isn't their best, and Metizport, although low sample size, they look convincing. Mari has taken the hit, though. He's got an MP9 in hand, and this is where maybe you'd like to see Mars kind of drop the M4 across to Mari, because Mars has been liking this kind of aggressive play, but Permitta, this is a tough decision. If it goes away from them, the 12th could be found. Early peek from Spavak.
It's a really risky play. But we've
It's
seen
the fact
it
they can
come
get the
through.
AWP out. I think if they couldn't invest in an AWP, we might not see this. Spavak's searching for something, but nothing coming his way. With a smoke towards middle and one towards top con, this is where a lot of pressure going to be on Tomoko. If he goes down, it's an MP9 rotating.
Oh, it's such a heavy gamble. Not a single player towards A.
Yeah, Adam, if he goes creeping, he will soon to realise, but it will in fact be that AWP defending now. Molly's to come through. Sapek attempting to keep focus and attention away, but they peek towards Con. Lovely shot from Tomoko, he doubles down. Nilo found, and Adam now tasked with retrieving the bomb, but it's a 2 versus 5. Permitta, not only is it a great call, but it's a great play. It's a brilliant round. And Tomoko gets his triple.
I mean, it's a masterclass right now from Permitta. They gamble so heavily towards B. Have a player up in ladder room. It's dominant. It's one-sided. Permitta, brilliant looking around. The force buy works out perfectly. Sure, they could have given up 12. But instead, they'll take it.
Yeah, and this is where Metizport are going to be fighting with weak weapons. Nilo does have himself an AK, but this is tough.
Another tactical pause. Not a single one called for Metizport. All 3 used though by Permitta, fully wanting to discuss things over, realizing how important this round is.
And the funny part of all of it, Charlie, is I think if Permitta couldn't afford that AWP, they might not have wanted to force. Utility was very limited. We had a couple MP9s in play, but it's just the fact that Tomoko, he had Kevlar, had an M4, finds 3.
Metizport, I think they're going to be kicking themselves a bit if they do actually go on to lose this game. There's been a lot of rounds that they should have won. We've seen a 1v2 from Spavac, a 1v3 from Spavac. That round there, how pivotal it was, the force buy. Permitta reading them like a book. You look to the eco stack towards A.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of rounds where Metizport have been heavily favoured and have still failed to cross the line with it.
It has to be said though, the calling from Mars has been brilliant. Whether it's a gamble on the CT side, whether it's kind of just a T side read, that's the difference. Nilo, in fact, it's a hero AK. And if there was a round to see Nilo go crazy, I think it could be this one. It's his best chance. Jaquinho found. Nilo. Oh, this has not gone well. Adam B. Deeg in hand. Need to come through. Has been taken down.
to 10. 1 round. So close for Permitta to bring us to map number 3.
It just takes this one. Permitta, 2 opportunities. Nilo on a deagle. Adam B. Ooh, he's just spotted Tomoko. Close to losing his life, but also close to finding a pick. Aggression out towards middle. Beanox finds one. Tomoko as well. And Permitta. A great opportunity now. Jaquinho holding some over-aggression, and there is some coming. It is Tomoko.
Feels like the beginning of the end for Metizport on Mirage.
100%. The fact that Tomoko... If Jaquinho waited there, I think Jaquinho finds that pick. But just a fast flank. And there it is. Spavac finds the AWP kill. 2 versus 5. Jaquinho will get 1. But it's this flank. This is something Jaquinho won't be prepared for. Oh, okay, never mind. 40 seconds. 1 versus 2.
Maybe there's a chance. All relies on Jaquinho. Won a 1v3 this game already. Empty bomb site. Is going to be a post plant.
Jaquinho. A tough round, but Mast, he's quite fast. If Jaquinho looked to fully peek towards short. Oh, I like this from Mast, just trying to gain some information, and there it is. He spotted Jaquinho. Oh, maybe he hasn't. Mari in a great position, though, and Jaquinho peeks, and Mari finds Permitta. Successful here. They take things to map number 3. An impressive performance. And it has to be said, Charlie, when you look at this game, there's only one name that has to be said. Although maybe not top of the leaderboards for Permitta, Spavac. He wins a 1v2 in the pistol. He wins a 1v3 on their T side. And that was the difference maker. We know that it would have been the eco for Permitta if he didn't win that 1v3. We know it would have been the eco if they lost the T pistol. So that is the 4-round difference. We would have seen Metizport probably win this 13-9, 13-10, but no. It's those clutches that were just so key. And although we did see one come through from Jaquinho, it's just the fact that Spavac was able to do it. But a very impressive performance from Permitta. And now Anubis going to be up up on the cards in just a moment. But Charlie, quick thoughts and feelings after Mirage.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel like... I mean, look at it like this. Spavak's clutch on the pistol gave Permitta 2 rounds. Then his clutch, the 1v3, gave them 3 rounds on the bounce from that. That's 5 rounds just from winning those clutches. It broke them financially, forced them onto 4 spies, ecos, whatever. Put them in a really tricky spot, but there was a lot of rounds that game that Metizport could have and should have probably won. And it was rough that that's how they kind of lose Mirage.
Yeah, that's sometimes how the cookie crumbles, though. We know it all too well in CS. All it takes is 1 or 2 rounds, 1 or 2 clutches that completely change the game. But Permitta going to be coming out of Mirage with their heads held high, and they can now focus on Anubis as it's going to come down to the final map of the series. But Anubis, that is something we will be seeing shortly after the break.
Tired of boring case openings? Do you always get only cheap skins? The Hellcase website has tons of options to upgrade your inventory. It's up to you to participate in giveaways, events, or compete with other players in opening cases. Hellcase, your world of expensive skins.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try SkinPlace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. SkinPlace.
What's a super stream game? It's an extension that provides a valuable and engaging game within the stream you are watching. Join an active community and test your knowledge in a live race against expert chasers by answering trivia, prediction, and recall questions tailored to the content you are watching.
Welcome back. We're going to be heading into the final map of today, the final series, and the final team of today that are going to make it to the playoffs. But the real question is, Charlie, which team is it going to be? And we've had a look at stats. We've spoken about stats and maybe how they aren't to be too trusted, because on paper, Permitta should have absolutely dominated Mirage, yet it was a lot closer than we thought. Yet here on Anubis, this is a real good stomping ground for Metizport. And I think an 80% win rate, yet they haven't played much as a team, new form roster. I've been very impressed with how Metizport have played on Anubis, so I'm excited for it. Obviously, Permitta can still take it, and it's a final map. You treat it like a best of one. But Charlie, what are your thoughts about Anubis?
Yeah, I mean, Anubis, we've seen a couple of days ago, actually, from Metizport against Sampi. Pretty one-sided affair there. They're actually a very good CT side on that. It was actually a reasonably close game until sort of a final string of rounds from Metizport's CT side. They looked absolutely superb. I think they got like 6 in a row to close the game out on the unfavoured side. So, yeah, they're a team who, with this roster, obviously don't have huge sample size with this direct team. But, I mean, from what we've seen, they're pretty comfortable, pretty competent on both sides.
I think something that you can say as well, though, for Permitta, when they played against Alternate Attacks, and although Alternate Attacks maybe not been kind of the strongest team this series in CCT, and I think that's just a normal statement to say. I think they could have performed a little bit better, but they did win very dominantly on Anubis. And Alternate Attacks, their best map is meant to be Anubis, I do believe, and it was a 13-3 victory for Permitta. So it leaves for an exciting finisher in this series, and that's exactly what we want, isn't it? That's exactly what we want. We want to see it go to the distance. We want to see these kind of overtime games. And that's what we nearly had in the last and what we can have here as well. But, Charlie, look, I asked for your predictions at the start of the series. I'm going to ask again. Who do you think is going to take this final map?
I'm going to go for Metizport. Okay. I'm only going to go for Metizport, not specifically off of stats or anything, because I think we don't have a huge sample size for this team on Anubis with the full 5 that we do have. But I do think they did lose a lot of rounds that they shouldn't normally lose. I think if they go in that current position again, I don't think they'll make the same mistakes they made on Mirage. I think they will be in a position where they can close it out, but obviously we've seen a lot of very bright sparks from a lot of these Permitta players on Anubis. So I do think if it is a Metizport win, I think it's going to be a very close fashion one. Yeah,
and I think as well, when we look at it, the knife round's going to play a quite big importance here, because realistically, it's a very T-sided map, and that's something that we're going to be talking about. We have just been told that Permitta won the knife round, so I'm interested to see where they are going to kind of start on the classic side of the T side, or whether they'll look to change things up. But I guess that's something we are going to be seeing as we're heading into the action on Anubis. Final battleground between these two sides, and ooh, okay, Permitta, you win the knife round, but you choose CT side. Now that is really interesting, because they're starting on their weaker side, and it's one of those decisions that initially we're both going to be questioning, but if it pans out well for Permitta, then great calls. And I think when it comes to the calling, when it comes to the decision making, Mast has been brilliant.
Yeah, has looked very good in a lot of these calls today.
I like the idea of this pistol round. Bit of a fake from Metizport, and then they look to progress through to A, and will work out well. Nilo still lurking here in E-Box, and that's what's going to keep them kind of close here. Plopsky has made his way into camera, and so is the second. They can't get the bomb down, and Nilo already very quick towards A main. And damage has been dealt. If Adam can find this pick, look, that is the kit and a smoke, and it's dropped very far away from the rest, and Plopsky finds big pistol so far, but with Spavac eliminating, and a close position for Plopsky, he could fall here, and we are seeing Spavac search for that smoke and defuse, but he's 5 HP, Charlie, very low, and Tomoko searching. Tomoko, oh, low HP, but the fight not looking great. Nilo will connect. Tomoko needs to try and collect the kit. He's struggling to do so. Finally picks it up. The fuse has to come through. He's searching for the bomb, but it's the tap. Oh, bit of an awkward fight, but Nilo successful. Wins the 1v2. 3 kills in total. And Metizport, they get the success they wanted.
Yeah, the success and win the pistol round. Just about 1 versus 2 clutch from Nilo. Gets right down to the wire. But a victory nonetheless. Just about, but still a victory.
Force by coming through. Oh, Beanox. That disconnect, was that a tab out? Dunno. Marstow getting aggressive, and timing is good. Spray not perfect, and oh, even at range, dinked by Sapek's Mac. Sapek looking to creep close here. Permitta. They went for the force. They do find the opener. Still plenty of rifles to be seen from Metizport though. And Charlie, we're seeing a little bit of a gamble. We're seeing a rotation come through from Beanox. And it's going to be the right one. Oh, this is going to be all about timing here. Mast. The jump. Will it be heard? Certainly not.
Doesn't matter really. Still gets found. Trade does come through, but disadvantage still for Metizport.
Yeah, the problem though for Metizport is the fact that that's the bomb carrier falling. They now know they can just kind of fully gamble. Smoke towards the left and right. Tomoko's in a good position. There is enough time for Metizport to make their way back, but they are going to be heading out here towards the B-bomb site. Timing not perfect, but Sapek still firing. Tomoko, they're aware of his position as well, and nice entries here from Sapek. There's going to be a flank, a fast one from Spavac. One finally planted. Could be denied, and timing. Gets one, attempting to retrieve the weapon, but a 5-7 finds 2. It's all on Jaquinho. They're aware of his position. Flashbang to come through. Oh, and Spavac finds. Great response from Permitta.
I mean, I'm mind blown that we see Permitta win another round. That it feels like they're just very unfavored in. Great play initially from Metizport. It does crumble just slightly towards the end. See, I thought it would have fallen apart when Masked fell. That's the M4 gone, although it's still advantage. Yeah.
But they look to try and take control towards Temple. I think if they just sit there, they win the round. They play one kind of towards Plat, 2 at E-Box. We're looking at a very different round. We did have a flash on one of the players as well. They could have just flashed themselves in, but Permitta. They bounce back. Important for them to do so as well.
Take a victory. Might
Seems
have
as
to have
though
a bit of a server change here, Fred.
Look, it happens. Hopefully it'll get sorted soon. Don't know whether we'll I don't know whether it's been confirmed we need a server change, but
it's just going to be waiting for that confirmation as to if we will need one.
Look, though, it's a really impressive force by victory from Permitta, and it's the fact that Mars just takes that aggressive peek towards E-Box early doors. Remember, we had a player go down pretty instantly there, and sadly, Sapek, the only person who could have traded, it was a Mac 10. It's just the fact that Metizport, they kind of just neglect that E-Box swing.
I mean, only a couple of rounds of play and still already on Anubis, a lot of action.
Yeah. Straight away, this back and forth nature. And with it being the low loss bonus, I don't really know what Metizport are going to do. I think if they didn't get the bomb plant, it'd be quite understanding that they will just go for that kind of full force. But Nilo and Sapek, 2.7k. So that's an AK armor and 2 flashes in the next. So yeah, I think this is where Metizport potentially going to need to decide on whether they should force or not. What do you think? What do you think the best decision is, Charlie?
See, I mean, I still would go for the force. The possibility to reset Permitta feels like it would be worth it. So I'd still take that risk and go for the force, I think. It's not an easy call to make in a game like this, but I think it is one that I think has to be done.
Well, the thing is as well is, okay, yes, players are going to want to get head armor, especially against these M4s and potential MP9s and stuff like that. But Nilo and Sapek, they can both get Kevlar on a Galil. We could see a Mac 10 on Jaquinho, maybe Tech 9s on Plopsky and Adam, and it's decent weapons. Yeah, utility is going to be lacking, but we're expecting it on a force. So, yeah, when you kind of put it that way, yeah, maybe the force is the right play. I don't know. It's a tough decision. It's one that Metizport are going to be thinking over.
Bit of a round reset. Don't know if that's going to be the solution to our problems. Hopefully so.
Yeah, Permitta. I think with that force buy loss, we would have seen kind of Metizport get themselves an early, 3 rounds. But I feel like Permitta, they've gone for these forces time and time again, and a lot of the time it's gone very well. It really has. I still think back to the one on Mirage. That kind of A stack, and we saw the pistols working well, and plenty of moments we've seen the 5.7 work wonders. So it seems as though what we might be doing is jumping to a break, as server switch might be needed. So what we'll do, as mentioned, jump to a short break and back with the action shortly. Back into the action we go, Charlie. Still plenty more CS to be seen here on Anubis. It's gonna be a big one, and as expected, it is the Force. But no players opting for the Kevlar and maybe bringing out the Galils. We've got plenty of SMGs in play here. Plopsky, Deeg in hand behind the smoke, hoping for something. There's a fair bit of utility on the side of Metizport. I do like the idea of this. I think this is something that can just really work in their favour. And already we're seeing a fair bit of util expelled from the Permitta side, and Nilo going to be sending the util out. It's going to be a bit of a crunch towards the B-bomb site. Nilo has got a molly as well for the positioning of Tomoko, and we're seeing Mars close to the smoke in the hopes, ticks of the molly, and the opener found by Adam B, but Mars once again making a bit of a hero play, back and forth here. Adam gets one with the tech but goes down, and now 2 versus 3, and we're seeing a flank from Spavak. Surely there's no way they can get off the bomb site. Oh, Spavak dinged down to 5 HP. These final 2 players are low. Sapek 4 HP himself, a possibility with the Mac, and he will find the first. Oh, this is really getting interesting, but Mari will take him down. Brought to this one-on-one. Devastating for the T's, because in reality, we all know all it takes. Sapek swinging, he can find that. It's just the fact he's so worried, so he is jiggling. But what a round.
Down to the wire again, and Permitta back at it, making the impossible possible.
We're expecting another investment though, surely. You know, the fact that Metizport get the bomb down, they bring it down to this one-on-one, and Charlie, all it takes is Metizport winning this round, and we're looking at a very positive position for them. It will break the money. It was the attempt of the last, and it'll be the attempt of this one, but now instead of it being a Mac 10 and 4 pistols, it's 2 rifles, 2 Macs and a pistol. Similar level of utility as well. I like the idea here of Nilo's boost, but it might not have that much impact. Silence towards middle.
Mid-look, but Beanox could shut this down if overlooked. Not cleared, finds one. Quick trade though. Sorry. Not bad for the T's, but that really affects this 2-pronged attack. Limits it entirely.
Yeah, Sapek. 1 versus 4, gone 1v3, and now just attempting to delay for his teammates, but Sapek swinging wide and falling fast as Mari will eliminate, and Permitta finally going to be forcing their opponents onto this eco, and Permitta, it's a really strong start. We mentioned, Charlie, how heavily this map favours the T's, but the fact Permitta should be kicking things off with a 4-1 scoreline, very impressive.
Yeah, just forcing Metizport onto the eco as well.
Spavak. He's got a fair bit of money in the reserve. Similarly with Tomoko, and I think that's to get the big green out as quick as possible. We've seen how impactful Spavak can be with this AWP in hand. Plopsky. He's got the one piece of util. What's he going to do with it, though?
Probably not a ton, really. Especially as these players have been spotted towards main. Even if the flashes come in, it's going to be expected. I think it's fair to say the flashes it was a little bit
Oh, Plopsky. Takes down his teammate. Unfortunate. And Jaquinho won't be able to utilise an AWP in this one. Permitta, though. What a start it's been.
Has looked very strong, but it's on the CT side. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's the impressive thing. And I'll be honest, I'm already in my words at their decision to start on this CT side, and I'm loving what I'm seeing already. It's going to be this mid-aggression. And they line up, both with Util in hand. Mari, what a round! Beanox will get the trade onto Adam. Nilo finds Mari. But it's man advantage. If Mars goes down here, there's still possibilities. The question is whether Sapek's going to be prepared, and Mars swings, but Sapek finds 2 versus 2 now. The bomb still needs to be retrieved, and still needs to make its way towards A. And Beanox and Tomoko, they both could look to flank. Nilo, oh, Nilo could have gone towards Rugs. He went towards stairs for reasons I'll never know. It's a safe passage, but he opts to go towards stairs, wants to take the shortcut. And it's potentially cost them their second round here. And Sapek.
Still going to be a near impossible round for Sapek. That's made possible after finding Beanox, though, actually. I really thought they'd double up. We'd see them playing together.
Yeah, it would have been perfect. Sapek, though, still so many questions as to where Tomoko resides. There's very limited time here.
Sapek might have to start to run. He is now. Tomoko should hear this.
I don't know whether Sapek's going to go towards A or B. Tomoko still finds. It gets close. But Tomoko, big kill. Great round from Mari. And Permitta, they extend the lead once further.
And it's going to be a potentially another weak buy again for Metizport. I mean, they could force it if they really wanted, but it feels like the half buy is surely going to be coming through.
Yeah, no real need. Once again, Nilo, he does like to go for these hero AKs, and they can be very impactful. You know, if you can bring it to a kind of 3 kills, it's all you want. Oh, Mari's nay. The timing on this is going to be everything. Dunks down onto Sapek. And Spavak now with the AWP in hand. I'm liking the idea of the setup. Spavak to take contact and back away, and then the swing to come through from Mari. He's like smoke here. Sapek could look to push now. Could look to make his mark. And Permitta looking to disengage. Still a fair bit of utility here for Metizport. It can just be a full A execute. That is what we're going to be seeing. Smoke towards camera. One will come through in the heavens as well. And Spavak, I love the idea. Drops the molly to try and delay them. Finds a pick and now can back away. And we still got Mari close to the action. No smoke in heaven. And Nilo's been isolated. That's the heavy hitter. That's the rifle falling. And Mari just backs away. This is brilliant. They're just playing this like a proper retake. No need to give up a pick. No need to give up a weapon. I'm very impressed with that.
Yes, excellent. As long as they go on to win this round, at least Jaquinho will fall. You can see how antsy they're getting. They need to take a fight. They need some space. Because the CTs are more than happy to wait things out. Plopsky going to be a real heavy hitter. Finds 2. But Beanox does find Adam B in the meantime.
Ooh. Plopsky making things possible here. Dropped down to 4 HP Mars. Putting on the afterburners. Putting on the pace. Has got a kit. He might have enough time to defuse, I believe. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Plopsky. Don't get me wrong, a successful round, a bomb plant, 4 kills, but Plopsky nearly making magic here in round number 7.
Great attempt. I mean, that could have been something really special. That could have maybe been the confidence brought back into this Metizport side.
Oh, for sure. Rally the troops, kind of excite the minds of the Metizport players, and don't get me wrong, I think Plopsky as an individual is going to have a real confidence booster off the back of it, but someone who definitely needs one for Metasport's Jaquinho. 1 and 7. Really not the start you want. We're seeing the flashbang coming through, and I say Jaquinho, he steps up. We'll be able to get 1, and Mast finds Adam B, but Plopsky's trade is vital. So that's man advantage now for Metizport.
Yeah, Jaquinho somehow surviving that. It feels like he was destined to die. Tomoko going to be under pressure towards E-Box. Does have a decent bit of util, but nothing that's going to directly stop their push.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He's got 3 pieces. If they were a molly and a smoke, you know something special could happen. Oh, He's going to be aware there's at least 2 players. Oh, I like the idea. Like the intent. Will lose his life for it, though. He's dealt a lot of damage, but it looks as though Permitta are just going to save this, surely. Obviously, we know from the minimap, but a nade towards main there could have been incredible.
Yeah, it could have certainly potentially done something interesting. Added another tail to this game.
But look, Metizport. It has to be said, Charlie. 2 rounds. Out of the 8 that we've seen, it's not really good enough, is it?
No, I mean, I did say we saw some impressive stuff on their CT side in the last best of 3 we saw from them, but the issue is do you really want to trust your CT side?
Well, it's the fact that Permitta, if they get half the rounds remaining, it's an 8-4 half. We could see Mari drop over, maybe a FAMAS. Mask can provide an AWP for Spavac. I think we will see that. MP9, in fact, allowing Mari to bring out some utility. Spavac, we saw him go for that peek for Jaquinho. Quite luckily, Jaquinho was a little later, in fact, so the flash coming over the top not blinding him. Does seem, though, Spavac wants to take a bit of a peek from doors. In fact, can be peeking from house. Flashbang to come over. Could see a nade through the smoke here. Looks as though some air aggression is going to be coming through for Permitta, though. Sapek looking to lead the charge. Smoke's been thrown, and Sapek could be somewhat isolated. These 2 players are going to be pushing through this smoke. The trade comes through. That's the bomb down. This becomes quite tough now. Permitta, they can rotate in. The problem is we've got a bit of a lurk. Look at Nilo. Bomb still needs to be retrieved. AWP of Jaquinho posted up. But so is the AWP of Spavac. Just this fight from Nilo. Oh, Spavac will get one. And he's aware of Nilo. What a double. And Jaquinho falls for Beanox. Spavac, what a round there. The awareness is incredible.
I mean, Permitta finding their 7th. Spavac has had some really hugely impressive moments with this AWP.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. Jaquinho now posted up. Oh, Jaquinho finds Beanox. He attempted to just throw some utility, but clearly not worthwhile. Mars now might look for this push. Flashbang could come over. And Mars' timing is incredible. Will take down Adam B, and now Spavac on the AWP, found by Plopsky. What a peek there. The lone defender of Mari, repositioning now to heaven. Plopsky having a little bit of a look back, but the bomb is still dropped. This is something that we've seen Metizport do a couple times. I don't know if those steps would have been audible, but looking at Tomoko's aim. Oh, damage dealt, but kill not found. And then go to either bomb site. Split defenses here for Permitta. And Metizport going to look to take their time with the knowledge of how important this round success is. With the smoke towards Temple, Mari could in fact make his way back. Flashes towards A. Save is a good call though. There isn't actually any need to throw these weapons away. Bomb planted. Evident.
Yeah, it's going to be another round. Just with, like you said, the save for Metizport. The issue is they're struggling to find anything consistent. Struggling to really string these rounds together, particularly consistently, to try to show a bit more of what they can do on their T side.
Well, it's the fact as well in these rounds that Permitta are losing, they're still keeping players alive, they're still saving, and in doing so, they're keeping their finances, you know, they're not great, but they're competitive. It allows them to bring out these buys. Yes, there's limitations. Oh, it's a ninja! No way! Is there enough time? Plopsky We'll take him down. Oh, Plopsky. We'll die to the bomb, but if that ninja came through, Metizport, they would be so disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, that would have felt like heartbreak.
Yeah, Charlie, something that we've kind of spoken about in the previous games is that Metizport seemingly leading the lines in kills, but a lot of the time it's kind of rounds where it's very similar. Yet here, Permitta, they've got a heavy hitter in Mari. He's played very well. 13 and 4 currently. We have got the AWP on Spavak, and he's going to have to go huge.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a moment.
Plopsky's going to look to peek. Nice shot from Spavak. And now Mars can look to take some control. Double peek for E-Box, but the timing, not great. And that's the B-bomb site opened up, but oh, Mars! Is he going to find the bomb? Yeah, spotted it. AK in hand, and he takes down Nilo. Jaquinho now on the AWP, though. Surely Mars not ready for this. The problem is whether Jaquinho is going to be ready for Mari. He drops the smoke just as a precaution. Mari can get very close to this. Jaquinho's in fact picked up an AK. Oh, how is Mari getting these kills? He can pick up a weapon. Oh, he hasn't been able to. We'll find eventually. And Spavak now searching for Sapek on the bomb site. Sapek going to be creeping into it. What is happening? Adam B.
But look at the rotations already from Spavak.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Steps are going to be heard. Adam B. Oh, shot is missed here from Spavak. Yeah, ammo. Well, he definitely does. And Spavak finds it. He gets 3 in the round. Mari, I believe, getting 2. Or in fact, Mars got 1. But yeah, what a round for Permitta. It's a round out of nowhere. This has been the storyline. Metizport destined to find success. Yet it's one little mistake. It's one bomb dropped. Found by Mast. It's devastating, but Metizport, these are mistakes that you shouldn't be making at this level. And now Metizport hoping to find their answers with an A execute.
They don't have a lot of util, but they do have enough to hit the site one time, and rotations are pretty slow.
Yeah, it's just what can Mari do? If he drops a smoke now, this is where things can work out well. Util's coming over. Mari is going to drop a smoke in the Molotov. I do like the idea of this. He's dealt a lot of damage to Sapek as well. Nilo, though, holding. We'll find Mast. Does give away his position, but if anything, it kind of delays the rotations even further. Sapek close here in heaven, but Sapek's missed shots are devastating, and a second can be found from Beanox. It's a 4-on-3. 2 of the T's getting very close towards camera, though. Permitta definitely going to overlook this, but Mari's crept his way out of heaven.
Spavak not realising. Oh, takes a while for him to go down.
We still have Tomiko here. He's flanking towards main.
Taking so long, though.
At least he
Finds
gets
one.
the kill. Adam peeks.
Oh, wow.
It's
Enough time
9-3. 9-3, Charlie, on the CT side of Anubis. An absolutely incredible performance from Permitta. And Charlie, I think we both know Permitta should be the side to close this out now.
Yeah, it feels like they really should be.
And I think, don't get me wrong, there's been a couple mistakes made from Metizport, it has to be said. A couple rounds that should have been guaranteed, but still, even if you give them those rounds, we're still looking at maybe a 7-5. And that's where Permitta gonna be happy with it, but a 9-3, a pistol round will determine this.
Pissed around is everything. Permitta, they win this, they're on the road to success.
Yeah, they can, finish line will be in sight. And playoffs, theirs for the taking. Plopsky, though, close with the Julies. Hoping for steps to be made, but nothing heard. It is a very nice gamble, though, from Metizport. Big call to make, and now a big round to take.
No reason for Permitta to rotate off. Smoke getting thrown in now. Flashbangs as well.
waiting for that util to come down, but the Molotov gonna force players out into the open, and the T's look to emerge, but Sapek overlooked. Nilo rotating in as well, and now Mari is on 17 kills, but can't get one in this one. And Metizport, a vital pistol round success. Permitta. Just gonna have to eco here. Gonna have to give this 5th to Permitta. To Metizport. Looks as though we could see a bit of an A-pop. Early Molotov coming through though. So it's gonna be delayed. And I don't think Permitta have much chance in this round. There's a double A setup and Chiquinho's getting baited in. I think their best chance is if Adam finds nothing, but I think we both know it's going to be difficult. The MP9 of Plopsky rotating in as well, and Beanox will get a pick. Ooh, gets a second. Deals damage to Plopsky as well. I got a little bit worried there, but 2 kills. Not too bad for Permitta. Big round though, isn't it, Charlie? This is their first gun round. This is going to decide quite a lot.
Yeah, huge. Difference maker.
Weaponry isn't perfect. We've still got those 2 FAMASs in play on both Chiquinho and Adam. Adam sending out kind of the default utility that we see on the CT side. Bit of a flash here. Sapek's taking a lot of damage though. No escape for Sapek, and no kill from him either. Lovely double from Tomoko. And this B aggression has been shut down successfully from Permitta. Chiquinho now with work to do, and a bit of a gamble here from Metizport, but Permitta, they've read well into it. Very well. It's going to be this mid-play. We've got enough utility from the T's to secure the A-bomb site with ease. And Metizport, once they have this realization, it will just be the save of these final 3 players. So, Permitta should get themselves their 10th now.
Yeah, it feels like they're so close to it. So close to the finish line, but Metizport, we've seen them win 5-on-3s. We've seen them punish plays like this before.
I love it from Spavak. He knows, you know what, we've won the round. They're saving on B. I don't want them to have anything. Oh, gosh. Second player ready and waiting, and Spavak, he's slow HP, but he still finds. And things go from bad to worse here. If 3 players saved, we could have seen an investment, but it's going to have to be the 4th, surely. Nilo's on 1.4k. Metizport have got some tough decisions to make. Sapek. He's invested in Kevlar, a 5.7 and a smoke. It's just a 1.9 loss bonus. Tactical pause called from Permitta. I think it's a good decision. I think it's the right decision. I think they now know the game can be won off this round. Big moment.
All that matters is taking this one.
Yeah, it was just that double there. The fact that Tomoko is able to find 2 is very impressive. As expected though, it's the weaker investment here for Metizport. I don't love that Nilo's gone for a Hero Deagle. That could be a big mistake. And quite similarly, Sapek, he's gone for Kevlar and a 5.7. I'll be honest, if they don't get 3 kills here, then you question as to what the decision is, because Sapek's only going to be on, 4.2k. Yes, that's a rifle. It's kind of a armor, but not much utility.
Yeah, not much of a chance if they do fall flat here. It just makes their life so much more difficult. I mean, damage would always be nice. It's not a huge amount.
Volley gonna force Sapek out into the open, and somehow he's alive. I don't really know how, but eventually goes down, and as you can see from the kill feed and on your screen, the T's finding these picks and finding them comfortably. And now Jaquinho got a Zeus. No casualties here for Permitta. A perfect round. And only 2 away now, Charlie, from closing out the series. From getting themselves to the playoffs. Big for them. Really is.
So close. This is it. This is what Metizport have to fight with.
Yeah, look at the weaponry. Nilo, MP9, 1 smoke. Nothing special, but Plopski's already taken far too much damage. Oh, we do see Mars find the opener, but big trade from Plopski. Cannot back away, though. Tomoko, his trade is vital. Nice here from Adam, but once again, it's these back and forth trades going to be favouring Permitta. And if you're Nilo and Sapek, you just have to save. But I'm sure we're going to see some form of a hunt here. Sapek and Nilo gonna be getting close. Sapek goes down here. So many questions will be asked. Metizport should be able to save. Nilo has been able to upgrade to that M4. But that's 12 found from Permitta. Charlie, I think we both know where this series is going. Permitta, they've got 7 opportunities to close out the series. All it takes is one mistake from Metizport and it is done. Tactical pause called, and if there were a better time to do it, I don't think there is one really. Potentially earlier on though, because that is what 7 rounds in a row needed. It got far too out of hand here. Yeah. But Permitta, they've looked brilliant. They really, really have.
Yeah, fully deserve this.
Very strong performance. I think Permitta as well. I don't want to say they came in as the underdogs, but I think a lot of people thinking Metizport could have been the team to take things here. Especially with their kind of success rate on, obviously, on Anubis. But, as we said, Charlie, stats don't mean much. Especially when you've got players like Mari, who's 17 and 7. The rest of the team having a lot of impact as well. Not a single person on the Metizport side with a positive KD. I like the aggressive push here, though. Sapek finds 2. Mars could go down as well. And Nilo, the double kill. Great aggression. Beanox 1v5. No bomb on his back. I think we know where this round's going. Beanox attempting. Unable to do anything. Oh, the flash is good. Plopski, in fact, will take down Adam B. But Permitta.
1 round away.
Yeah.
Still, that's all they need. It's basically...
It's an eventuality. Yeah.
It does feel like that. It feels so inevitable right now for Permitta.
Yeah, I think Permitta have been very impressed. Very, very impressed. Nilo now Sends out the Molotov. Spavak is holding with the AWP, and we've got 2 players creeping close. Nillo. Peek into his downfall, but lovely from Mast. Absolutely brilliant. Sapek now needs to do a lot of work, but he gets a double. Makes it a third, in fact. Brilliant from Sapek. 12 HP, but it doesn't matter. Beanox creeps out. Timing on this nade. Chiquinho will, in fact, just back away. Nice find there from Spavak, though. Chiquinho. He's out of the action. We've got a low HP Sapek. Sapek gets a triple kill in this round, and it's still not confirmed. It's still not guaranteed, is it?
No.
All's been
really
switched across.
Spavak could be peeking perfectly. Holding the line. Finds one. All space is not great. No chance of the trade just yet, and the base Beanox in. Fred is done, unless Plopsky can make this work. Doesn't let the flashbang slow him down, but he knows he has to speed this up. Spavak finds him, and Fred, the inevitability has happened. It's occurred. Permitta finally do take it, and it's been a thrilling best of 3, but Anubis, it was only going one way.
Yeah, definitely. I think when we saw Permitta decide to start things on the CT side, many questions to be asked, but asked and answered. What a decision! What a CT side! And it was three rounds on each half there for Metizport, and Anubis statistically being one of their better maps, but Permitta, they made them look foolish. And yeah, I think it's a very impressive result from obviously from Permitta. They take themselves to the playoffs. So we have another team making their way there. Obviously, Metizport, still chances to take it. They've still got the opportunities to get there, but still another game to be seen. But Charlie, thoughts and feelings after the series of today?
Yeah, I mean, I think the series has been it's been an exciting one. I think either team really could have taken it. I think you look all the way back to Mirage. I probably would say you look at that now and say Metizport, they probably should have had that game there. They made a lot of mistakes. They lost a lot of rounds that they probably shouldn't. They won a couple as well, but it did feel like they made a lot more mistakes, sadly, than they didn't. And that's with us still saying they made it 13-10. It was still a close game. Sadly, for Metizport, another very close Mirage loss. Still a chance, though, for Metizport to make it out. But it's been a thrilling series. And this is what I want against teams like this. Teams that are evenly matched. Teams that are up in the air in terms of where it could go. A bit of a coin toss. And that's exactly what this game provided. Yeah,
I think as well the Mirage was... it's going to be a tough loss for Metizport for 2 reasons. One, if they don't get it to playoffs, I think they know what kind of the reasoning is for. It's that Spavak 1v3. It's the fact that they lost the pistol as well. There was many moments, many mistakes from Metizport, and look, it's going to happen. It's it's a game of Counter-Strike. We see it all the time. These big clutches can't ever be had without some form of mistakes, and I feel like it's just how it goes. But yeah, Metizport, now they've got an opportunity to get themselves to a playoffs once again, and I think we both know they're gonna be wanting to take it because
be hunting for it.
Yeah, most definitely. Obviously, though, we can see what the results of today will affect the group stage rankings. We can see the teams that have made it through to the playoffs, and obviously which teams haven't. But looking at it, Charlie, we've only got 3 more games to be seen, all to be played tomorrow, and I'm not too sure when we'll find out what the kind of the matchups are. But I'm interested because you're looking at these teams. We've got Metizport, Copenhagen Wolves, BC Games, Sampi, Gun5, and Ruby. I'll be honest, I wouldn't want to play against a single one of these teams. All of them look like they could be the side to make it to playoffs. So it's going to be an interesting day of CS tomorrow. But obviously, that has been it from us today. Hope you guys all enjoyed. And if you guys want to stay tuned with the CCT Series 6, make sure to drop a follow on the Twitch and also the Twitter so you guys can stay updated about how the games are going. But as mentioned before, that's been it today. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you tomorrow for that CCT action.
You look into your inventory and there's only... It's time to forget about this garbage. Here you will find everything to play with really cool skins. Open top cases. Upgrade dropped skins and turn your junk into a cool gun using the contract system. Every day, thousands of people upgrade their inventory with us. Hellcase.com. Look at yourself in a new way.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try Skin Place. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. Skin Place.
What's a super stream game? It's an extension that provides a valuable and engaging game within the stream you are watching. Join an active community and test your knowledge in a live race against expert chasers by answering trivia, prediction, and recall questions tailored to the content you are watching.